Christmas Eve is a time when family members are sank in the warm moments of reunion. But that quiet scene was completely contrast to what was happening in the room in the tower in the middle of the deep forest. That lonely boy is Samuel, the prince of this kingdom. This tower was his secret base, where he practiced powers that no one could afford, giving life to his toys. The rumor said that his power was inherited from his mother. The queen passed away shortly after giving birth.
Who should I choose as the commander of the royal hunting army? From a young age, with this weak body, I have always been underestimated from other princes. A powerful army that hunts many beasts is the only chance to prove to my father that I, too, can be a successor, not inferior to anyone.
A sudden gust of wind blew over, startled the prince. The amount of magic for the leaded lady soldier was filled more than expected. So the lady-led soldier opened her eyes. The movement was extremely loud and noisy. Oh, look! Look at this, sir! I can move now!
You're so noisy.
Let me introduce myself. Veronica, since I'm on your team, we're gonna win, 'cause I'm super good, of course. What happened to your face? You don't trust me, do you? Then you must hear my glorious feat. Let soldier of the time, keep her faith always shine. Through hundreds of kingdoms, conquer peak of all the pines. Exasperated by Veronica's annoyance, the prince kicked her out of his army immediately. Next, the Mouse King was born. Unfortunately, the scepter of the mouse is capable of copying the magic. The Mouse King absorbed all the magic Prince Samuel had, and he had no power.
Thank you for giving me your magic. I will use it very usefully.
Magic? My magic? What have you done?
Is my scepter interesting? Maybe you don't know. It's capable of absorbing all sorts of magic and spells from the one who used to own it.
How dare you! I was so careless that I didn't notice this.
Why wouldn't I? It can do more than that. So, for example, what about this kingdom? Turning toys into human beings and human beings into toys.
Follow the words with the magic he just robbed. The Mouse King made all the other toys to grow up before bringing the army back to the royal palace to carry out the evil plan. The Mouse King held the prince captive, and the henchmen watched him carefully.
Stay here obediently. I'll come back for you after having threatened your old father. Well, I look forward to the reunion with my childhood friend who threw me out without pity.
When the rebels left, the lady-led soldier escaped from the hiding place. The magic of the Mouse King also affected her, making her grow up to the size of a normal person. Veronica handled the Mouse King's army effortlessly. When she was about to leave, Prince Samuel raised his voice.
Hey, lead soldier. Well, I meant... Veronica?
My honor, for being remembered by Prince Samuel.
Well, you're right. You're good at fighting. Can you open this cage?
Oh, wow! Do you also need the help of the person who you dispossessed without pity?
It's my fault. I think that a true lead soldier will always help people in distress, trouble, well, not except old enemies, right?
Heard that. Veronica decided to free the prince from the cage. Being afraid of danger on the way back to the palace, Samuel asked the lady-led soldier to escort him. Of course not! I don't care about those confusing theories. I don't care about your things. Toys are fine. Humans are fine. I just want to be free to go to Dreamland. I heard it's the origin of the lead soldiers. I'll meet my men.
Dreamland? It's a magical land that's really hard to reach. Only my father had the map to get there. As long as you take me back to the palace to stop the Mouse King, no matter what, I'll give you the map.
The lady then agreed and left with the Prince Samuel. However, the lady soldier is naughty, optimistic, loudsy person and loved blabbering about everything. And the prince, who used to be arrogant, impersonal person, just like quiet at the moment.
Keep silent.
Along the way, there were constant conflicts between them. Due to carelessness, Veronica caught herself in the trap on the road set by the hunters to trap the animals. The prince, despite the danger, did not leave and stayed to save her. Therefore, the sympathy gradually increased in Veronica's heart. The palace was occupied by Mouse King. From the door following inside, all the soldiers were replaced with the toy ones. With Veronica's help, the prince could slip into the palace. Here, the king was forced to fall to his knees, and the Mouse King questioned him about his abandonment.
Oh, my old friend. I never expected to see you on your knees like this one day. How are you after all you've done to me? Isn't it too much for you?
The Mouse King, don't do this. We had a really good time, you know.
Good time? Yeah. I used to be your favorite toy. We eat together, sleep together, and always be together to wherever you liked. Until one day, you grew up. You have to worry about things, and that things never included me. I'm just the kind of toy to be thrown out in the warehouse corner. Now it's time for you to pay for everything you've done.
Suddenly, Samuel and Veronica splitted. The prince had the mission of distraction. The Mouse King was angry as the prince had escaped. The lady soldier was extremely agile and rushed to get the magic scepter.
I wondered how the prince got here. Turns out it's all thanks to brave lady lead soldiers. Stop messing around. Give me back my scepter.
Stop teasing me!
Have you forgotten how badly he treated you? Humans, they're all the same. They only love the toy for a short time, then when the novelty passes, all the toys are thrown away without pity. I was a victim too, treated like that by the king.
As between me and the prince who has a deal to go with Dreamland, I will never destroy the deal.
Dreamland? That land does not exist. The prince is fooling you to take advantage of your foolishness. Come on, you'd better give it back to me. We're all toys, you remember? Everything I do is to get justice for us.
Facing Veronica's commotion, a flock of rats took advantage of the opportunity, rushing to attack her. Despite of fiercely resisting, the candy cane of the lead soldier broke in half. The biggest rat to reach the scepter threw it to the Mouse King. Grabbing the scepter, the Mouse King shoots a magic towards the prince. But Veronica promptly rushed out to help. The previous magic applied on her was gradually revoked.
No! Veronica! Hold on! I'll find a way. And to destroy him. And where you want to go, I'll take you. I don't have to contend with power anymore. Come on, Veronica.
I don't blame you. Prince Samuel, you must become a good king. I've been so happy. One day you're not busy, you can explore new lands on my behalf. Don't let yourself be bound by power and pressure.
Nobody can help our sweet little prince this time, can they?
The Mouse King continues to turn magic into the end of Samuel's human life. However, our prince quickly avoided it. Things kept happening like that until he's cornered.
Goodbye, my little prince. Thank you for making my ambitions come true.
The prince pulled down the cloth. Behind him was the mirror that reflects the magic back to the enemy. The king stopped Prince Samuel from smashing the Mouse King state, preventing the future harm. He then took the Mouse King statue, placed him in the most dignified position.
Father,
It's my fault. Samuel, remember, people can grow up, no longer love old things, but will still cherish good memories.
The prince used all the magic he got back from the scepter to brought the lady-led soldier back, but it didn't work. Any toy that has become human once came back to its original form, can no longer become human again, no matter what.
It's my fault. It's all mine. Because she saved me, she was in trouble. I didn't even have time to tell her all my heart. Maybe this will help you. Follow the instruction on the map to where your mother was born. I heard it's a magical land.
Dreamland? Is this land real?
The prince was no more concerned about the throne. He carried the led female soldier following the instruction on the map. Overcoming difficulties, getting lost, they finally succeeding to bring Veronica back to life. They traveled the world together, discovered, fulfilled the dreams that the lady soldiers had previously wished.
It's noisy again,
What did you say?
But
it was fun.
Queen Xenia hasn't arrived yet? This is her first launch party, isn't it?
I really want to see what the first queen in our history might look like.
How else could it be? I still don't understand why the Eastern Kingdom left a woman in power.
Maybe it's because she's not worse than you men, maybe even better. The two ambassadors were rattling when Queen Xenia appeared, interrupting.
Forgive me, Your Majesty. I know you must have the strength to sit in this position, but being a man is definitely not possible.
Oh, so how can I make you believe my words? The ambassador went to the window, pointed to the flag on the roof of the castle, challenged Xenia to be in this position where the impact caused the flag to fall.
You can use any weapon you want. A bow? Guard!
No, it's not necessary. After saying that, Xenia took out a dagger from under her skirt, swiftly towards the flag. The flag broke in half before the admiring gaze of all guests at the banquet.
How?
What an amazing talent. We are all convinced.
It's nothing by natural. I've been training hard since I was 12. Xenia is the only princess of the Eastern Kingdom. Unlike all the ladies of the kingdom, Xenia has enjoyed sword fighting, riding, and studying how to rule the kingdom instead of studying dance, play instrumentals since childhood. When Xenia was 12, the Southern Wizard on a visit to the Eastern Kingdom brought with him a great magical dragon. Stop, it's dangerous!
I didn't do anything dangerously, right, Mr. Dragon? Ah! Xenia, help me!
Xenia promptly appeared, destroying the sacred dragon, saving her brother. The wizard is angry and curses the princess must become a villain in the eyes of all the people for life. The curse actually affected no matter where Xenia was. She had always been hated by everyone. Everything she did was claimed to be bad behavior. For example, when Xenia subdued a lion who is about to harm the people.
Oh look, even the lion is afraid of her.
Or if Xenia blames the bad guys
You think you're a princess so you can bully the others?
Or the elite Xenia when she won the awards.
It's just because she is a princess. Without that, what else can she do?
In particular, the ladies of the nobility had always kept their attitude against her because Xenia was different. As in the conception and prejudice that has been around for a long time, the lady has to always be modest. Only Xenia's master, a man of professional martial arts and powerful magic, even stronger than the southern wizard, was unaffected.
What giant problem makes my princess sigh?
I didn't expect the curse to be so scary. Except you, no one welcomes me. I just want to be good, to help the country and the people.
Xenia, training harder is the only way against fate.
Xenia at the age of 18 then became a very beautiful and talented princess. Thanks to intense and hard training, she can ride faster than any guardian in the kingdom. The ability to shoot arrows and fight swords is far beyond the most elite subordinates.
Master are right. Even if I can't break the curse, but with my talents, I will make my people feel the truth.
To avoid others from knowing her actions, Xenia often disguised leaving the palace at night to help the poor, punishing the evil people quietly. People loved, admired, and called her secret identity the Night of Justice, without even knowing it was the hateful princess. In the same year, the king suffered seriously ill. The southern army planned to invade.
My time is not long. Your brother is too weak. He is not able to ascend the throne. The Imperial are willing to help us on the condition that you marry the Prince Charles.
No way I won't! I'm always opposed to political marriage. Princesses may marry princes, and I'm not the person of political things. You know it, right?
I know, but there's no other way.
Please give me the silver sword to command the army. I will prove to everyone that women can do great things, Father.
Women want to join the battlefield? Our princess is crazy. It's such an absurd.
The royal children did not have the right to choose their fate. Facing the fate of the country, Xenia had no choice but accept the political marriage, with the condition that the wedding had to be celebrated in the Eastern Kingdom. Second condition is that after becoming the prince's wife, she was still allowed to visit her country. Due to the marriage with the Imperial Empire, the wedding was held very eagerly and solemnly. When people were waiting for the final consent and the wedding was over, a giant eagle flew in. With long-standing martial arts practice, Xenia avoided that sudden attack in the blink of an eye. Then the eagle grabbed the prince and took him away. The soldiers of the two kingdoms hurriedly followed them, but a shadow quickly passed and skipped away from them. The eagle flew to the abandoned tower in the deep forest and disappeared. It was Xenia, the lonely princess who followed the eagle unabated. It turns out that the southern wizard was hiding there.
Oh, my princess! Long time no see. How's the villain curse going?
It's you? You dare to kidnap the prince?
More precisely, the prince and the princess. Your political union has failed our plan. There's no other way. I had to kidnap you to intimidate the two old kings.
That's ridiculous! I will never let you gain that peace of mind. You must reclaim the curse on me!
The wizard then summoned sparks from the scepter and fired towards Xenia. With a fast, skillful ability, Xenia's was easily avoided. But gradually, she was cornered. She had no choice but swung her sword to defend. The sword was subjected to mass power. Despite a finely forged, it still broke in half. The wizard smashed the scepter to the ground, forming a huge black sphere around her, holding her captive.
Well, unexpectedly easier than I thought.
Now it's time to force two old kings to sign a treaty to cut the borderland for the Southern Kingdom.
Of course, Xenia didn't give up so easily. Took advantage of the wizard's inadvertence. She suddenly drew a dagger, the gift from her master. Just like the master said, the dagger has the effect of cutting through everything. With just 2 slashes, the ball that held Xenia was torn apart. Took the chance. Xenia threw the dagger towards the scepter in the hand of the wizard, which caused the snakehead on the scepter to fall off.
My scepter! My scepter! How dare you!
The wizard sold his soul to become the master of the scepter. So when the scepter was destroyed, his soul was also destroyed. Xenia helped Charles to get out and took him back to the palace, where everyone was waiting anxiously. The wizard's spell disappeared, which means Xenia's villain curse was also lifted. The general, on behalf of all citizens, himself offered the silver sword, which represented for trust and support. Xenia took out 2 pieces of the old sword, which was broken by the wizard. It had been taken along with her for so long.
The silver sword! The sword of the Knight of Justice! Oh my lord.
It turns out that Princess Diana is the knight who always helps us in silence.
My king, marriage must include love. I do not want to force myself and the prince into this political marriage. Please accept my decision.
You don't need the Imperial support anymore?
Your Majesty, without their help, I believe I can still lead and protect a good country with the support of our people.
Good willpower. Not inferior to any man. Because you saved my prince, I declare my consent to annul the marriage and still support the Eastern Kingdom.
Having more economic and military support of the Imperial, Xenia proved her true strength and made the country better. Eradicated poverty and punished greedy crimes.
Xenia, it's time for us all to change our gender stereotypes. What the people need is a talented and virtuous monarch. You've done a great job.
Dad, you mean?
I want to announce, Xenia now officially become the first...
Are you blind? I don't understand how the smelly civilians can get in here. Everything on my body are precious things. Don't touch them. I can't use dirty things. If so, can you give them to me? My necklace! Soldiers, catch that thief! Come on, come here and catch me!
There were many different races besides humans here. Because these races had low status, poor, they often had to live in dilapidated slums, in stark contrast to the pomp and luxury of the royal palace. The cat tribe was one of those races. They stole from the rich and gave to the poor to earn a living. For the royal family, the cat tribe was a dangerous race. As for the poor, they were the knights who protected the interests of the people. Catherine was the most proud heir of the cat tribe. None of her thefts had been unsuccessful.
Kath, there's bad news. Stay calm.
This necklace is worth 200 bags of rice. We don't need to worry about this month's food for the whole area anymore. No bad news can make my mood worse.
The decree to demolish the slums has just been approved by the Earl. According to the schedule, in a month, we will all have nowhere to live.
It's not fun to joke around.
I'm not joking. The Earl is a person who always hates aliens. He thinks the slums are places where there are too many thieves, and he has wanted to destroy this place for a long time.
I don't allow it. We should do something. If there's no place to stay, what will happen to everyone?
Actually, there's no way. Only you can do this, Kath.
The only way that Kat's partner mentioned was to sneak into Prince Daniel's 18th birthday ball and steal the seal to cancel the decree. Kath was given confidential information by her partner to be able to carry out this mission. The prince was too playful. The earl was too cruel. People suffered grieved. The kingdom would unrule. The king died a long time ago. The prince was still young. So Earl Dante, Princess Earl, temporarily took over as regent. When the king turned 18, he would have to hand over the throne. Contrasted with the sinister, dictatorial Earl, the prince was said to be the most useless, the most flowery in the kingdom. Although the Earl held real power, everything would still have to be sealed by the prince to be executed. Therefore, their relationship of them was not good. The Earl tried to find a way to eliminate the prince many times, but failed. Because Daniel was blessed with God's protection until the age of 18, all wounds on the prince were able to recover quickly overnight as long as it was not fatal. With the help of her partner, Kath disguised herself beautifully, sneaking into the prince's ball. She quickly attracted the attention of the prince, who was known for being a rogue. Daniel followed, flirting with Kath in the palace garden. Handsome boy, will you dance with me?
Of course, my beauty.
They danced together passionately. While the prince was immersed in a romantic scene, Kath quickly tried to take the seal on Daniel's chest. Unexpectedly, he was faster, as if he had turned into a different person, opened his eyes wide, and stepped back cautiously. Oh no! Realizing that there was danger, the prince was not useless as rumored. He even was able to be on par with her. Kath hastily fled.
The cat race.
The prince realized the intentions of the cat tribe. Thinking that she was a minion sent by the earl to steal the seal, he hastily chased after her to the end. Chasing near the slums, he lost track of Kath.
Find her even if we have to rummage through this dilapidated area.
Prince, I'm sorry.
We're not royal soldiers. Earls?
You'll know soon.
There was poison in the arrow that paralyzed, making the prince, even with martial arts, not able to react. The seal was taken away by the earl's henchman. Daniel was covered in wounds, trying to find a way to escape. On the way to escape, the prince was saved by Kath from the pursuing soldiers. Due to her mastery of the way of the slums, Kath successfully cut them off. Witnessing the scene that the prince was badly injured, Kath couldn't bear it. She took care of him wholeheartedly. Eat quickly and recover from illness, then get out of here. If I had known you lost your seal, I wouldn't have saved you.
Look, Kath. After a few days, I'm starting to get used to your poisonous mouth.
Why don't you continue to keep the same cruel and evil attitude as when you have just waken up? You said you hated aliens and hated the poor. You were eating the porridge of the poor, sleeping at the house of the poor.
Wanna assassinate me again? Truly an evil woman. But here's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Unfortunately, these not-so-bad things won't exist any longer. Through the story of Kath, it turned out that although the prince did not like the aliens, he had never stamped any decree to destroy the slums. It was all the decision of Earl Dante. At that moment, Kath's partner came to inform her of important news. The Earl announced that the prince was assassinated by the cat tribe in the slums. Holding the seal, he would be on the throne in a week, speeding up the demolition of the slums to avenge the prince. Perhaps we can work with him.
Do you believe him? Remember, he also comes from royalty.
For the common interests, and he's not as bad as we thought.
Sorry for eavesdropping, but I confirm that I am not bad.
You...
Next time you say something bad, say it softly. Let's cooperate. As long as I get the seal back, you will be allowed to continue to stay in this place.
With a quick body, Kath and the prince quickly sneaked into the room of the Earl. To be more precise, it's just Kath. Please don't make me more disappointed in you, okay?
If I don't get hurt, I can carry you across and fly.
Kath signaled the prince to start action. Discovering the seal was placed on the table, Kath hastily rushed over.
Oh, no! Careful!
However, Kath fell into a trap. She only could throw the seal back to the prince, and she was arrested.
Oh, my dear grandson! It's rare to see you bring a guest home.
It turns out that our prestigious Prince Daniel has a hobby of playing with thieves from different races.
Old man, release me!
Release you? Oh well, if my dear grandson is willing to hand over the seal and exchange one for one, I will gladly.
Nonsense. Do you think I would sacrifice for a girl of a different race?
You don't need to decide hastily. Until I borrow this beautiful girl's tail and ears, you can decide.
Then the Earl took out a knife from his belt, intending to turn his words into reality.
Stop! Do not touch her. I will do as you say.
Kath struggled to stop them. The prince shook his head, becoming more and more determined with his intentions. Don't do that! You hate me so much, don't you?
You're the most interesting girl I've ever met. The people need you to help them, rather than a frivolous, useless prince.
That's right, my grandson. Very polite. It's alright, that girl won't be of any use to me anyway.
Struggled but was still led away by the soldiers. The Earl was pleased that this time he would be able to eliminate Prince Daniel, because the prince had no longer God's protection. Unexpectedly, at that moment, the moon disappeared. A lunar eclipse occurred. Daniel transformed into a werewolf, knocking up the Earl and his guardians.
How could you?
Daniel made the Earl hand over the seal, sent troops to arrest him, and wait for the trial. It turns out that the queen, Daniel's mother, was also from a different race. She was a werewolf. God's protection had long been a rumor the king created to conceal Daniel's true origins. Unlike other werewolves who transformed when they see the moon, Daniel only transformed into a werewolf on the night of the eclipse. After dealing with the Earl, Kath and the prince hurriedly took the seal and went to prevent the destruction of the slums. However, it was too late. Before them was a scene of destruction.
You know, sometimes the end is the beginning. This new story, the people of the slums, as well as the whole empire, are waiting for us to write.
And they ended the era of poverty and racism to step into fairer, more prosperous life. Prince Daniel ascended the throne and took care of the poor. He with Catherine together built a better kingdom. Since then, in the Western Kingdom, there was no longer any discrimination between races. All
about to devour the two little girls. Will they be able to escape? Are you curious to know what happened next? Let's follow WOA Fairy Tales with today's story. Once upon a time in Egypt far away, there lived a mysterious family who had been finding the mysteries of tombs for generations. They had discovered almost tombs, but there was still one most mysterious tomb. People said that it was located deeply underground of the desert with the most powerful object which can help its owner to rule the world. The whole family desired to discover the mysterious tomb. But no one had that luck until Cleopatra, their female 8th generation descendant, was born. Since she was a kid, Cleopatra really loved the artifacts and she always wanted to listen to the mysterious stories about the things inside the tombs. So when she turned 18, she set her mind on finding the mysterious tombs in legend.
Grandma, I have been setting my mind on finding the mysterious tomb when I was a kid. Now I'm matured and I really want to do it. Please give me your permission. I'm really glad because you are now able to continue our family's legacy like that. It will be so much difficult ahead, but I believe that you can do it. Now you're good enough to fly away. I will give you this ancient compass and the map of the desert. This is the heritage of your family. Hope that they will be useful to you.
Cleopatra received it and set out to find the tomb. She rode on the back of the camel, wandered around in the middle of the desert until she reached a sand dune, which was marked in the maps as the location of the mysterious tomb. Cleopatra was really surprised to see that there were no signs of a tomb there. She just could see sand and sand all around. Not giving up, she looked around and discovered 3 stones which placed in triangles, which had the number 1, 2, 3 on each of the stone. Cleopatra quickly remembered about the story of number passwords that her grandmother had told her before. She tried placing her foot on them, then jumped through the stones. Suddenly, the ground moved. The sand whirled downward, revealing an entry to the mysterious tomb. Cleopatra happily entered the mysterious tombs. When she stepped in, the torches were immediately illuminated. She passionately looked at the structures inside the pyramid until she stepped in a large room, and there was a shining gold coffin in the middle of that room. She came closer and saw an ancient text hiding under a layer of dust on the coffin surface. She curiously cleaned that dust layer to read the text clearer. Suddenly, she saw the coffin moving. The coffin was opened. There was a beautiful princess came out of the coffin, staring at her.
Oh, my friend, don't be afraid. I won't harm you. I never harm anyone.
Cleopatra calmed down and slowly came closer to the princess. She saw the princess was really beautiful, but she had a pale skin. There was even an ancient text on her forehead. Especially, she even had a golden scarab necklace, which was really attractive.
Who are you? And why were you detained in that gold coffin? I'm Princess Nefertari of the ancient Egypt kingdom from 1,000 years ago, but I don't know the reason why I haven't been able to go to the eternal land to unite with my parents. My soul is just wandering around in this tomb. I can't escape. I can't even reincarnate. And how about you? Why did you come here? I am a descendant of a family which is famous for discovering the mysteries of the ancient tomb. I came here to continue my family tradition, to discover this tomb. Ah! I know this compass. This is an artifact of my time. It's as precious as the golden scarab on my necklace. It was also the heirloom of my family. Turned out it was really precious.
Cleopatra and the princess gradually became closer. They passionately talked to each other. Therefore, Cleopatra went there to visit and chat with Nefertari every day. Since she was a kid, until she passed away, Nefertari had no friends, so she considered Cleopatra her best friend.
Cleopatra, you are my best friend. You're like my family. Do you want to stay here and keep me company? No, it's not so okay. I can come here every day, but I won't be able to stay here. I also have my family.
Oh, it's time for me to come back and meet my grandma. Tomorrow I will come and see you again.
Cleopatra's refusal accidentally hurt Nefertari. She was so sad that she sat there and cried inside the tomb.
Princess, my poor princess. Don't be sad.
She was startled, then looked up. It turned out to be the soul of Narmer the Chancellor, who was also her uncle.
Uncle, is that you? Why are you here?
I didn't have the heart to see you wandering around here in this world, so I secretly stayed here to protect you.
Nefertari was really touched while hearing that. She immediately told Narmer her sad story.
If so, you can awake the mummy army, then use them to invade this world and rule it. Then Cleopatra will have to be submissive, and she won't be able to refuse to be your friend forever.
So how can we awake the mummy army?
The golden scarab on your necklace is the key.
But I don't know how to use it.
Then give it to me. I will show you how to use it.
Holding the golden scarab on his hand, Narmer laughed out loud and knocked Nefertari out far away.
I have been waiting this day for so long. Do you know that I was the one who had sealed you? I want to steal this precious object from you, but I didn't know how to make you and this golden scarab apart. So I had to seal your soul in this world to watch it. If I can be the dominator of this world, then no one is allowed to be. But I didn't expect that when I sealed you. I also had to stay here. I thought it was a bad thing, but it turned out to be the chance for me to rule this world.
You cruel man! I have to annihilate you!
Nefertari was angry. However, at that time, Narmer was so strong that he detained her and used the golden scarab to reborn an army to attack the humankind. Seeing the mummy army which was attacking everyone, and they even had the scarab signal on their body, Cleopatra knew that bad things had happened.
The mummy army with scarab signals. Is this weird thing related to Nefertari? I have to come go see her.
She quickly went to the mysterious tomb. However, this time, when she entered, she was surrounded by a dark smoke. In the illusion, she could see Nefertari commanding an army to attack her family. Cleopatra was angry at first, but she thought about Nefertari, the kind and warm-hearted friend. Cleopatra went to find Nefertari at the room where the coffin has been placed, and she saw that the coffin was closed. She rushed there, used all of her powers to open the coffin and rescue Nefertari.
Cleopatra, I'm sorry. I was so selfish that I wanted to keep you by my side. Then I was tricked by Narmer, the cruel man. He was also the one who had sealed my soul, making me stuck here. I was so selfish and foolish. It's all because of me. Don't cry, I won't blame you. But first we should find the way to escape from here, okay?
Cleopatra intended to leave Nefertari to run away. However, they were stopped by Narmer. He crazily attacked as he wanted to finish the two girls. For covering her friend, Cleopatra's whole body got injured. Right at that moment, Nefertari used her last power of the soul, rushed there, and took the scarab from Narmer's hand and threw it towards Cleopatra. When the scarab just touched Cleopatra's hand, her compass was shining, and a light shone at the scarab. Then, the scarab opened its wings, revealing a text.
Nefertari, read that text out loud. Only you can do it. The dirty and rotten souls will be devoured by the fire of hell.
As soon as she finished, the ground cracked, and a fire grew big, as it wanted to swallow 3 of them.
Which is the most sincere and purest relationship?
There's no such purest relationship in this world.
Right after that, he was pulled by a firearm to hell.
It's the friendship! It's the friendship!
The fire gradually burns out. The two girls successfully escaped from hell. They hugged each other and smiled happily. After defeating Narmer, the ancient text disappeared on Nefertari's forehead. She gradually became clear. Nefertari said goodbye to Cleopatra and turned into the light spot, then flew to the sky. Cleopatra emotionally watched her friend. Suddenly, her hand was shining. She opened her hand and saw a little golden scarab. Maybe that was the last gift that Nefertari wanted to give her. Cleopatra held the scarab tight in her hand and told her,
Strong and sturdy, right?
No, I was also withered one time and was reborn by the bravery and the love of that prince and princess. Do you want to hear that story?
Yes! Yes! Of course!
Once upon a time, from the creation of Earth, an old tree of life appeared, established a shield to protect mankind from dark forces. Meanwhile, there were also two kingdoms which were granted powers to protect that tree of life, named Animalia and Bethany. From the day he was born, the prince had a really strong light power. He could even control the sunshine, and everyone in the kingdom really admired and loved him. On the contrary, with the happiness of Animalia Kingdom, Bethany Kingdom was being in a stalemate. Everyone was really bewildered when their Princess Eudora was born without any power. The king and the queen were really worried. Then, when Princess Eudora turned 18, they decided to send her to the Magic Academy, hoping that it could awake the power inside of her.
No, I don't want to go there to study. I want to be with you.
No, you have to go there. You're now matured. You should practice hard to care for the future of this kingdom.
Your father is right. Just go there to study and practice. You will soon be an excellent girl. Then everyone will all admire you.
If so, I will listen to you. I will try my best to make you all proud and make everyone admire me.
Princess Eudora listened to her parents and set out to the Magic Academy. When she got there, Princess Eudora met Prince Apollinaris.
Hello, I'm Eudora, the princess of Bethany Kingdom. Nice to meet you.
But Prince Apollinaris ignored her friendliness. That made Princess Eudora really disappointed. Even when they practiced, the prince also did it alone without caring about anyone.
How could he be so arrogant with his power like that? No one wants to be his friend. Just live alone like that for the rest of your life.
So the two of them just did their own works, without caring about each other. Until one day, for no reason, the Tree of Life suddenly withered. The protection shield was weakened, allowing the dark forces to approach and mess around. They destroy the houses and threaten the life of kind people. That made the two kingdoms really frightened. They gathered at the mountain where the Tree of Life was located. Standing in front of the withered Tree of Life, they all didn't know what to do. Then, Princess Eudora came closer and put her hand on the tree.
Just go to that faraway desert where the magical grail reigned. The dropping water will revive all the things.
Please let me go there to find the Holy Grail to save everyone.
Eudora, you're such a brave girl. It's really good, but you don't have any power. So let my son go with you to protect you and be your companion. Do you agree, Apollinaris?
Yes, I promise to protect Eudora and bring the magical grail back. Eudora was really surprised because she thought that the prince would never agree. But the prince showed no attitude. He just silently followed to protect her. Together, they crossed the old forest until they reached a dark jungle. They were suddenly attacked by the carnivorous plants. They ran away in fright, and the prince accidentally got injured by one of those plants. The princess worriedly stood in front of the prince to cover him before the dangerous carnivorous plants. Her hand slightly touched the prince's hand. That made his heart jump a beat. They were surrounded by the carnivorous plants. Then, a plant rushed there to attack the princess. The prince then hugged the princess so tight to cover her. By his practiced response, he raised his hand to dodge. A light power came out. The carnivorous plant moved back in fear. Then, the prince realized that the carnivorous plants were afraid of the light. He casted a spell which made the light cover the whole jungle, and all the carnivorous plants were burnt into ash. The two continued their journey, and they had to face with a vast sea. Together, they collected the wooden boards to make a little raft to cross the sea. Unfortunately, after reaching the middle of the sea, a whirlpool caught them. The raft was slipped and sank into the water. They tried to swim to the bank, but they were gradually exhausted and gave up. Everything seemed to come to an end. Suddenly, the princess felt the water flow through her hand. It's just like she could grab the water. She used all of her power to shout out and grab her hand. Then, the water was separated aside, creating a path in the middle. Escaping from the danger, the princess quickly went there to raise the prince, and together, they crossed the sea to continue their journey.
Turned out I'm not as useless as I thought. My inside power is the power of water.
You have never been useless in my eyes. They continued their journey to the desert, and finally, they reached the sacred temple. The prince and the princess intended to enter together. Suddenly, a giant scorpion appeared to attack them. They coordinated to fight against the monster. The prince controlled the sun to shine directly to its eyes, making the scorpion dazzled and disoriented. Taking the chance, the princess casted a spell to create water arrows and continuously attacked, making the scorpion collapse. They successfully entered the sacred temple together and came close to a golden box. There's sun and a moon orb on its body, and there was also a quiz below.
There were two sisters. One gave birth to another and vice versa. Are they light and dark? Or fire and ice? That's right. They're day and night.
The box immediately opened. However, being happy for just a while, the scorpion monster suddenly woke up. It used the tail to attack the prince. The prince rushed there to block its attack. He got poisoned, then collapsed. The princess was so angry that she used all of her power to create a whirlpool to finish the scorpion. Then, she held the prince on her lap.
Please don't leave me alone!
The princess hurtfully cried beside him. Suddenly, she remembered what the Tree of Life had said about the Grail could revive everything. She hurriedly came back to the box and discovered that there were 3 magical grails in that box. She was confused. Then she saw the grail in the middle had the sun and moon symbol, which were the same as the symbols of the sacred temple. She hastily lifted the grail in the middle up. Immediately, the 2 other grails disappeared. She ignored everything and poured the magical water into his mouth. A light covered him and the prince woke up. He emotionally held her hand so tight. Miraculously, when they touched each other's hand and together touched the grail, the water inside was full again. Together, they brought the magical grail back to water the Tree of Life. It was revived immediately. And the magic protection shield was back to protect everyone. The prince and the princess shyly looked at each other. They gradually fell in love with each other, and they lived happily forever. Into the world of dreams? It is the place where everyone's dreams were gathered, and it was watched by a god. Princess Berserka somehow was lost in there, without knowing that she was about to bring suffering upon everyone. So what happened? Let's follow WOA Fairy Tales with today's story. Berserka was a beautiful and clever princess. She had sisters named Alana. However, Berserka didn't seem to love her much because she was the daughter of Berserka's stepmother. Berserka always thought about her mother, so she often had nightmares about the day when her mother had left the world.
Huh? You just had a nightmare?
It's none of your business.
My mother says before you sleep, you should tell yourself that it's just a dream. Then you can control your dream. But don't step into the gate at the end of the dream. You will get bad luck.
That's ridiculous.
Although Berserka seemed to not believe in what Alana had said, but she still wanted to try it.
This is just a dream. Just a dream. This is just... What a ridiculous thing! How could I believe it?
Unexpectedly, Berserka could enter the dream successfully. She eagerly controlled everything as she wanted. Suddenly, she saw a strange gate. For a second, she totally forgot what Alana had said. Crossing that gate, Berserka saw a sparkling tree. This was the Tree of Dreams, where all the dreams of humans were saved. Suddenly, she saw the dream of her father at the highest place. Because of the curiosity, she took it down to take a closer look.
No! Stop it!
Suddenly, another one appeared on the contrast direction. Quickly put a nightmare on the place of the dream which had just been taken out. Not yet understood what was happening, she was pushed out of the dream. Berserka startled up, thinking that it was only a dream. However, suddenly she saw a strange man in her room.
Who are you?
Do you know what did you cause?
What did I do? Who are you? How could you enter my room?
I'm the one who watches the Tree of Dreams. You can call me Canon. My mission is to dismiss the nightmares and protect the nice dreams. Every night, the nicest dream will be placed on top of that magic tree. That dream will transfer its energy to other dreams, preventing them from being darkened. Because she took the nicest dream away, so the god of nightmare took the chance to replace it by a dark dream.
So, if the bad dream replaced it, what would happen?
The Tree of Dreams will be darkened, and the god of nightmare will be its owner. He will make people stuck in the nightmares forever.
I don't know it. I'm really sorry.
Right at that moment, Princess Alana suddenly appeared without warning.
I heard your scream. You had a nightmare again? But who is that?
Being afraid that Alana would tell this to others, so Berserka tried to hide the truth.
I and my friend is rehearsing a play. That's right. My friend is preparing a surprise gift for Father King in the upcoming party.
You're still practicing when it's too late?
Because we want to prepare it carefully. All right, quickly get back to your room and sleep.
Your sister still wants to play with you.
How do you know?
I could see it in her dream.
back to our business. Now what do we have to do?
Now, we have to get back there quickly and stop him before it's too late. I lost so much of my magic power, so I won't be able to get back here directly. We can only get back there through your dream.
A while later, the two finally reached the Tree of Dreams. But Kenan didn't expect that his tree had been darkened so fast like that. Thinking everything's done, the god of the nightmares happily left. The light of the tree went out, Kenan's magic power gradually lost. Both of them were depressed, and they just waited for the worst thing to happen.
Now this world is mine. Slowly enjoy your nightmares.
Suddenly, Berserker heard a laugh coming from the Tree of Dreams. That pure laughter was from Princess Alana.
That dream has a really strong power. Quickly, put it on top of the tree!
The princess immediately did what he said, because the nightmares controlled the tree, so she was not able to fly up anymore, but she had to climb up by herself. After struggling for a while, Berserker finally reached the top of the magic tree. At that moment, the god of nightmare could also feel something, and then he immediately came back. Being back and seeing everything, he immediately rushed there to attack Berserker. Kenan tried to use his last weak power to prevent him. But at that moment, the god of nightmare still gained the upper hand. He easily defeated Kenan. Berserker worriedly embraced Alana's dream. Suddenly, Alana's dream shone bright. The energy was quickly transferred around the Tree of Dreams. Thanks for that, Kenan could regain his magic power. He could immediately defeat the god of nightmares and send him back to his place.
I'm sorry for causing troubles to you.
No problem. Anyway, you helped me to solve all the problems.
Maybe I should come back. It's regretful when knowing that I will not be able to see the Tree of Dream again.
You can come here anytime you want.
Really?
As long as you don't touch our dreams.
Of course, I learned a valuable lesson. Thank you so much. Now I have other things to do.
Just like that, Berserker happily escaped from the dream. Then, she immediately went to find Alana. After the night before, she didn't hate that little girl anymore. She came closer and played with the little girl.
So wonderful! I dreamed of this last night.
I know.
The princess could finally realize the sincere love of Alana for her, and she promised herself that she...
Mom and Dad don't love me anymore.
Come in and play. It's even more fun in here. But first, you have to hit the subscribe button for WOA Fairy Tale.
That was Princess Lucy's fate from the moment she was born. She was destined to be the golden spoon holder. During her christening ceremony, many dignitaries gifted her precious jewels. But how could the little princess appreciate the value of such extravagance? The king and queen held hands, dancing to the music, leaving the cradle abandoned in a corner with the attendants. As Lucy grew older, her longing for a complete family grew. The king promised to teach Lucy horseback riding, but his busy schedule caused him to miss one appointment after another. The queen promised to take Lucy on outings, but she got lost in the world of parties, staying up all night, waiting until she fell asleep without realizing it.
Can't you spare some time for me, Mom and Dad?
Your mother will take you out, okay?
Why does it have to be me? You do it.
They shifted responsibility and blamed each other, making Lucy even more miserable. Lucy's 18th birthday was approaching.
Tomorrow is my birthday. I want to blow out the candles with you two.
Is it already Lucy's birthday?
How old is Lucy this year?
Lucy was thrilled, but in the end, her parents couldn't fulfill her wish due to unexpected work commitments. The king and queen only managed to leave a letter and a cake. Lucy was disappointed. She wanted to find a place to cry where no one could find her. She ran to an old warehouse and suddenly stopped. Some force was calling her inside. Curious, Lucy found a mirror covered with a cloth, surrounded by cobwebs and dust. Lucy pulled the cloth off, and she was startled to see a reflection of herself as a completely different person.
Hello, Lucy.
Why? Are you in there?
I'm Charlie, the one who lives inside this mirror. I have no friends, no family, and I can't leave here.
That's just like me.
Princess, do you want to explore in here? I have a gift for you. It will make up for the pain you've endured. Besides, the time in the mirror world lasts only an hour. You can go back home anytime.
Lucy also wanted to go to a place where no one could find her, so she agreed to Charlie's invitation. Lucy stepped into the mirror world and was overwhelmed by its beauty. Endless green fields, streams flowing with candy.
Everything here is edible.
It's so magical.
Charlie led Lucy to a castle that looked just like the one she lived in.
This is the gift I'm giving you. Time is starting to pass.
As Lucy entered the castle, everything felt familiar. The king and queen were there as well. However, the difference was that the king and queen were made of bones.
My daughter.
Welcome back, my child.
The king and queen organized a birthday celebration for Lucy, and they all blew out the candles together. Lucy had never experienced such a warm and happy birthday. Suddenly, the clock struck, and time was up.
Let's go, Lucy.
In the real world, the king and queen expressed regret for not being able to attend their daughter's birthday.
I don't need these things. What I need is your love. I wish I could go back to the mirror world.
At night, Lucy secretly went to the warehouse to meet Charlie, and Charlie took her back into the mirror world to see her bone parents. Back in the mirror world, Lucy was welcomed and treated with things she had never experienced before. The king personally planted a beautiful flower garden for Lucy, and the queen cooked delicious meals for her. They took Lucy on outings and had fun together.
I want to stay here forever. I don't want to go back to that cold and lonely home.
Lucy's words were the key to allowing Charlie to leave the mirror world. All she needed was someone to take her place in this mirror world. In the real world, the king and queen panicked when they couldn't find Lucy in her room.
The princess is missing.
The king noticed a wish bottle filled with Lucy's wishes on her shelf. Inside, Lucy had written many wishes, hoping for a happy family, her parents' attention, all simple things she didn't have.
We've been terrible parents, causing Lucy so much pain.
Mom, Dad, I'm sorry for making you worry.
Our beloved, you're safe, and that's all that matters.
However, after that, Lucy displayed some strange behaviors. She didn't like looking in the mirror, and all the mirrors in the castle were destroyed. The maids who cleaned the house with shiny mirrors could reflect images, but Lucy always avoided them, afraid to approach. The golden dishes that could reflect images were replaced with wooden ones. Once, the queen took Lucy for a walk, and she was startled when she saw Lucy's reflection in the water. The queen was scared, but she tried to remain calm, knowing that Charlie had hidden Lucy somewhere. The queen revealed the truth to the king, that Lucy was an imposter. That night, both of them decided to observe Charlie's actions. Charlie approached the mirror and jumped into it. The queen recognized the mirror. She had treasured it when she was pregnant with Lucy, almost like a precious heirloom. But later, they had acquired more beautiful mirrors, so they had thrown it into the warehouse. The mirror gradually transformed and created Charlie's persona. She envied Lucy for having both parents. In the mirror world, Lucy now appeared as Charlie. At this point, Lucy still had no idea that she was trapped there. Suddenly, the king and queen rushed to push Charlie out of the mirror.
Run, my child! No, I won't go back. I'm loved more here than with Mom and Dad. Are you sure about that? What's happening?
Don't touch our daughter!
Charlie, enraged, raised the mirror fragment to create another illusion, but the queen struck her with a blow.
Leave this place quickly! You won't escape.
Lucy and her parents rushed to the mirror door connecting the two worlds, but the mirror did not display any swirling circle. Lucy looked at the virtual mirror fragment in her hand and plunged it straight into the mirror. In the real world, the mirror began to crack and to shatter. They had escaped from the eerie mirror world.
I'm sorry, my child. We were too thoughtless and selfish.
Lucy also realized that nothing good was necessarily perfect. All parents have flaws. It's about whether they recognize and fix them or not. The king and queen, despite their imperfections, loved her unconditionally. In a certain kingdom, when it comes to speaking of the most beautiful maiden, one cannot help but mention Princess Zoe. She possessed an enchanting regal countenance. Her hair shimmered like a soft stream, a sight that left many in awe. However, contrasting with her beauty was an arrogant and haughty demeanor.
Quickly, remove this filthy persons from my sight.
Zoe was annoyed by all the poor, wretched, and ugly individuals, making them live in hiding like mice. Until one day, Zoe suddenly fell gravely ill, unable to eat or drink anything. The king, her father, was deeply concerned. He sought all sorts of rare remedies to cure her. Eventually, the princess's condition began to improve. But Zoe realized that her once luscious hair was no longer as beautiful as before.
What is happening to my hair?
Gradually, her hair fell out completely, leaving her with a bald head.
Ah!
From a confident person, Zoe turned into a despondent soul, insecure about herself.
Princess, be gone! Be gone!
Looking into the mirror and seeing her own ugliness, Zoe felt even more despondent.
Huh? That's right. I must find Silas, the most skilled sorcerer in the kingdom, to make my hair grow back.
And so, on that night, while everyone was fast asleep, and no one could see her bald head, Zoe secretly sneaked out of the castle to find the sorcerer. Entering the sorcerer's abode, an eerie feeling enveloped Zoe. What does the bald princess seek from me?
I want my hair to grow back.
With that attitude, it's impossible.
Please, help me!
Well, fine. Come with me quickly. Silas led Zoe to a room where there were many sets of wigs. These wigs will make the princess even more beautiful.
I'll choose this one.
You can't. This one, if worn, will surely bring trouble.
No, I will buy it.
How foolish. Today I've gained a little profit. Early in the morning, Zoe happily put on her newly acquired wig. Magically, she looked like a different person, even more resplendent than before.
So beautiful. A miraculous hair. Keep your hands off my hair! Get out quickly! The naughty princess is back!
Zoe confidently stepped outside, her new hair sparkling in the sunlight like a real rainbow bridge. Suddenly, a frail, sickly girl wearing a tattered hat accidentally bumped into Zoe. Her hat fell off.
Oh, a bald head.
I'm sorry. Please return my hat.
If you're ugly, don't even show your face outside.
Zoe's delight grew as she played her little prank. She proceeded to a vendor stall and bought a precious gemstone bracelet.
This is a rare and expensive gemstone necklace.
I'll trade this strand of hair for it.
Oh.
But as she pulled her hair, she was suddenly struck on the head, leaving her dazed.
Ouch! Who's there?
Frustrated, Zoe walked away from the mocking gazes and suppressed laughter of the onlookers.
I'm so annoyed. I must find the one who struck me discreetly.
You don't need to search. It's me.
Who are you?
I am Lyra, the owner of the rainbow hair you're wearing. I met an unjust fate. Unable to escape, I merged into this hair, hoping to find someone to help me.
I don't know anything. This hair is mine now. Stop clinging to me.
The next day, Zoe continued seeking joy.
Huh?
Don't go. Something unpleasant will happen today. You should... Quiet!
At the market, Zoe playfully pranked and teased everyone around. Zoe delighted in her jest, continuing to cause mischief, teasing everyone. Zoe bumped into a ragged boy named Bruno.
Do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am? Beautiful hair you've got there. I'm gonna sell it.
No!
The princess is bald!
The rainbow hair is fake!
People gathered, berating Zoe. The image of beauty and power she once held in everyone's eyes shattered.
I warned you, but you didn't listen. I understand this feeling because I've been through it too. When I was alive, I possessed a magnificent rainbow hair. But because my husband was gravely ill, I had to sell my hair to a sorcerer to get money for his treatment. However, he deceived me, pretending to be sick, and used that money to propose to another girl.
Someone as ugly as you doesn't deserve me. Get out of here.
Out of my indignation, I left this world. My soul couldn't escape, so I had to enter this hair, hoping to find someone to help me get revenge.
After hearing that, Zoe felt compassion for the tormented soul.
I can't help you. I can't even help myself.
I will help you restore the trust and love of the people.
Listening to Lyra's words, Zoe used her own money to purchase all the fake hair from the sorcerer and distributed it to the seriously ill and impoverished, those who had lost their hair.
You are truly beautiful and kind-hearted, whether you have rainbow hair or not.
Hearing the old man's words, Zoe recognized her past wrongdoings and became even more determined to change and assist others.
Thank you for helping me understand that the beauty of the soul is what truly matters. Go on, tell me, what should I do now to help you?
Lyra led Zoe to the house she used to live in. Looking at everything unchanged, Lyra burst into tears. Who's there? It was Tyson, Lyra's husband. After Lyra passed away, Tyson was also dumped by his new wife. Filled with bitterness, he drowned himself in alcohol, becoming a wretched and deranged person. He saw Zoe with rainbow hair that resembled his late wife's. Lyra! My wife!
And him, Zoe! Stop it! Speak up, Lyra. Let out your grievances. I'll help you convey your feelings to him. I loved you so much, yet you betrayed me. You're despicable, not worthy of life.
I'm sorry, I was wrong. I truly regret losing you. I'm willing to spend my remaining life repenting. Finally, Lyra managed to let go of the burdens in her heart, no longer plagued by regrets.
Thank you! Give it back to you. This hair should return to its rightful owner.
To repay the kindness, Lyra shared half of her rainbow hair with Zoe. Now, both of them had rainbow hair, just a bit shorter.
It's real hair!
Zoe was content, satisfied with what she had. Whether bald or with short hair, Zoe was always...
Those born with a red thread on their hands are often soulmates, understanding each other without the need for words. If one person lives, the other is sure to be reborn. Their lives are interconnected and supportive of each other. Anyone with intentions to sever this red thread will find it ineffective.
Will the witch give up? Or will she remain determined to obtain the red thread? Let's subscribe to WOA Fairy Tale to find out more details. From a young age, twin sisters Sophia and Eliza had the red thread on their hands. However, they became orphans and were placed in an orphanage. Lacking the love of parents, the two sisters cherished and protected each other.
Let's play the guessing game together. Sure.
Sophia and Eliza had a special telepathic connection.
Guess what my favorite food is? Chicken drumsticks. Guess what my dream is? Dancer.
These dreams were not just Eliza's, they were Sophia's as well. Sophia and Eliza also had the ability to generate lightning when they looked into each other's eyes.
You must not use that power here ever again. It's likely to hurt people.
Eliza was timid and vulnerable, often bullied by her peers at the orphanage. Sophia immediately sensed this and was there to protect her. Sophia, strong and caring, acted as both a sister and a parent, compensating for their losses. Life was peaceful for them until two families came to adopt the sisters. Sophia was chosen by a wealthy family, while Eliza went to a poor and belated family.
Eliza, take care of yourself. I will find you.
With limited time left, the sisters bid a tearful farewell to each other. Despite having a new family, Sophia remained determined to find her sister. You're still young. Go inside.
I have to find Eliza.
Days turned into months, and Sophia, now grown up, longed to reunite with her sister more than ever. Unbeknownst to Sophia, the wicked witch Hazel had long known about their unique ability. She secretly aimed to steal their red thread.
I've been waiting for this day for a long time. The longer they stay apart, the weaker their combined power becomes. Dear sister, wait for me.
First, Hazel went to Eliza's home because she was weaker and easier to defeat.
Thread belongs to me.
Eliza's adoptive parents rushed to save her, but Hazel injured them.
Let me go!
Hazel quickly seized the red thread and disappeared. When Eliza woke up, she realized her adoptive parents had passed away, and she became an orphan once again.
Mom! Dad! Now I only need to obtain Sophia's red thread, and I can revive my twin sister. Come, Sophia, hurry up!
Hazel waited and waited, but didn't see Sophia.
She hasn't arrived yet. Such useless thread.
On Sophia's end, she suddenly lost her connection with her sister. Previously, they could easily feel each other's presence. Sophia continued her work while trying to gather information about her sister. Sophia had a passion for dance and often left home to participate in artistic events at the castle. Her parents were extremely worried about her. Eliza, on the other hand, became more introverted and self-conscious after losing the red thread.
How can I let Sophia know where I live?
With no other choice, Eliza returned to the orphanage in the hope of reuniting with her sister. Sophia, anxious because she hadn't heard from Eliza, decided to search for her. Sophia wondered, not knowing her destination. She was startled to find the familiar orphanage.
How did I end up here?
But when Sophia saw Eliza, she understood. The hearts of two sisters were always drawn to each other, never to be separated.
Finally, I found you, Eliza! Hazel took my red thread and harmed my adoptive parents. Now without the red thread, I'm so helpless.
Let's switch roles. I will help you find your red thread.
Huh?
You stay at home and take care of our parents, and I will return to your home. After that, we will be reunited.
Eliza returned to her sister's home in a patchwork dress.
Sophia, where have you been all these days? We were so worried.
Eliza was moved by the attention she received from the adoptive parents. She received many beautiful dresses and enjoyed delicious food. Eliza also takes over for Sophia in caring for her parents, making them extremely proud. Sophia, on the other hand, thought about how to find the location of Hazel's lair.
The red thread is a deception!
Sophia realized that Hazel couldn't recognize her, as she was pretending to be her twin sister.
Please spare me, and I will lure my sister here and hand over the red thread to you if you agree to return it to me.
I can't trust your word so easily. You must prove it to me.
How can I prove it?
Take good care of my twin sister over there.
Sophia was taken aback when she realized that Hazel's twin sister was just a lifeless body. If it were Eliza, she would have been scared and fled. Sophia, on the other hand, played around with the corpse, much to Hazel's surprise. As Sophia pretended to care for the lifeless body, she discreetly searched for the location of the red thread.
Well done, Eliza. Now you'll go through an initiation test to prove your loyalty to me.
Sophia understood that agreeing to this test would allow Hazel to control her.
I'd like a day off before becoming your servant.
Very well. See you tomorrow.
Sophia immediately explored every nook and cranny to find the red thread as quickly as possible. Sophia was shocked when she discovered the red thread lying beneath a coffin. The red thread glowed as if it had just found its counterpart.
So my suspicions were correct. You are Sophia, not Eliza.
In the meantime, Eliza was invited by the owner of a dance club, where Sophia often performed, to participate in an important event. Although Eliza loved to dance, she also had to take care of her parents, and she wasn't Sophia, so she couldn't dance like her.
Go ahead.
Eliza stood on stage for the first time. The audience cheered loudly.
This was also my childhood dream. I will make my sister proud.
Eliza began to dance beautifully, no less than Sophia. The audience applauded enthusiastically. At the end of the performance, many people gave her flowers, and Eliza felt happy and more confident in her abilities. Eliza was sure that Sophia was in danger. She left everything behind and ran off. Eliza ran back home, but couldn't find Sophia. She found clues that her sister had left, and she followed them to Hazel's hideout. As night fell, Eliza gently sneaked into the witch's house. Hazel was overjoyed because she had finally captured both sisters. Hazel transformed both sisters back to their original forms.
Did you think you could deceive me with just a hairstyle? How foolish!
Now with 2 red threads in my possession, my twin sister would soon be revived.
Hazel began chanting a spell. Hazel's twin sister, who was also her victim, began to move and opened her eyes.
Oh, my dear sister!
Suddenly, the lifeless body transformed into a zombie. The red thread had the power to only resurrect its owner.
No!
Zombies continued to attack Sophia and Eliza. They reached a dead end, but
The sisters looked at each other with understanding. Using their telepathic ability, they easily defeated the zombies.
Thank you for always sacrificing for me and helping me gain confidence. Thank you for taking care of our parents in my absence. Now let's go home.
Sophia introduced Eliza to her parents, and they lived together happily as a true family. The Fairy's Kingdom of Lumina was a place that existed between two opposite realms, light and darkness, day butterflies and night butterflies. In the morning light, the day butterflies devoted all their efforts to building and cultivating flowers and grass. With each blooming flower, pollen was produced, nourishing not only the day butterflies, but also preserving the exquisite beauty of Lumina. As night fell, the night butterflies emerged. They carried the noble responsibility of guarding the soul gems and protecting the kingdom from evil. Their work seemed simple and insignificant in the eyes of the day butterflies. But in reality, it was of utmost importance. They were the guardians of darkness, maintaining tranquility in the midst of silent nights. However, the day butterflies often looked down upon the night butterflies.
Are you done resting? Step aside and let us work. Hey, don't talk nonsense. Ignore her, Gypsy.
They had to live underground while the day butterflies resided in beautiful flower houses. Night butterflies were only allowed to venture out at night and were not invited to participate in the festive celebrations of the day butterflies. Under the leadership of Queen Vanessa, the fairies diligently worked without interacting with each other. However, on a strange day, Queen Vanessa suddenly disappeared and never returned.
What do we do now? We've been searching for Queen Vanessa for the past 3 months. There's no other choice. We'll have to elect a new queen.
The position of queen has always belonged to the day butterflies because they considered themselves superior to the night butterflies.
We nominate Fleur, the most outstanding fairy, as the new queen. Does anyone object? I object. Don't you see how unfair this is? Night butterflies can perform just as well as day butterflies. We demand that Gypsy be allowed to run in this election alongside Fleur. Yes. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Are you afraid of losing already?
But deep down, their eyes still held memories of a broken friendship. Long ago, Gypsy and Fleur were kindred spirits, bound by an inseparable friendship.
When we grow up, we will become day butterflies together. Yes, let's always be together.
They trained together diligently, honing their skills as butterflies to prepare for the power assessment. However, Fleur's love for gardening made her more suited to be a day butterfly. While Gypsy's courage and extraordinary attack magic made her a night butterfly.
Oh, Fleur, I didn't know this would happen.
But due to the change in job nature, the two gradually grew apart. Fleur no longer wanted to talk to Gypsy.
In the end, our promise doesn't mean anything to you anymore, does it?
The competition began, and in the first round, Fleur was favored over Gypsy.
Let's go. What? Harvesting pollen? That's Fleur's job. She'd definitely do it better than me.
If you don't want to compete anymore, then quit.
With the exquisite skills of a day butterfly, Fleur effortlessly harvested a lot of pollen, while Gypsy clumsily struggled and couldn't keep up with Fleur's speed.
So angry! Ah!
Suddenly, a male demon king appeared in the desolate hills. Hello, little girl. Are you facing any difficulties?
A demon? Stay away from me! I won't hesitate to strike you!
Come on, I can really help you. Do you want to win or lose?
Huh? Go away! I don't need your help!
With her unwavering integrity, Gypsy refused the Demon King and accepted defeat against Fleur in the first round. In the second round of the competition, Fleur and Gypsy were required to defeat a swamp monster living near the kingdom. Gypsy skillfully used her enchanting magic to easily defeat the creature, while Fleur, filled with fear, hid behind a bush. She was naturally timid, only interested in gardening and beauty, so she reluctantly accepted her defeat in anything related to fighting.
Seems like you're still as timid as before, huh?
You will lose anyway. A butterfly of the night is not worthy of being a queen.
Well, with that kind of attitude, don't blame me.
Their fate was decided in the final round. However, the organizers once again showed favoritism towards Fleur.
In this round, both of you will search for the legendary Rainbow Beehive. It only appears at night in a secret location.
That sounds quite unfair. The daytime fairies are already familiar with the forest territory due to their frequent trading and socializing.
As I said before, if you don't want to compete, then quit.
It's all right, everyone. I will definitely find the Rainbow Beehive.
How can you find it? You don't even know where it is. Bye-bye.
Fleur's confidence stemmed from her prior knowledge of the Rainbow Beehive's location. Meanwhile, Gypsy felt neglected, filled with anger and despair. In a moment of lost hope, the Demon King appeared. So, do you want to win now?
Stay away!
By this point, does integrity still matter? Don't you want to change the fate of the night butterflies? You're a brave fairy, Gypsy, and I know that only you deserve to be the queen.
All right, just tell me.
The plan is like this. I will magically take you directly to the location of the Rainbow Beehive without the need to search for it. As for you, just call upon your fellow night butterflies to hinder Fleur. Gypsy found herself in an endless green meadow in the sky. It turned out to be an invisible garden. Gypsy gently picked up the beehive, her heart filled with joy and excitement. She returned with the hive, unaware of the dreadful event that had occurred. While the night butterflies were obstructing Fleur, the sacred altar containing the soul gems was left unguarded, allowing the male demon king to sneak in. Ha 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 ha! You have fallen into my trap. It is I, Vanessa.
Huh?
According to the rules, the beautiful queen could not exceed 45 years old. So, as Queen Vanessa's term was ending, she feared losing her power and studied dark magic to regain her youth. However, due to her lack of mastery in dark magic, during her training, Vanessa became corrupted and transformed into the Demon King. He changed and became obsessed with dark magic, seeking to dominate the world and seize the soul gems of the Kingdom of Lumina.
Oh, Supreme Soul Gems, grant me the power to control these fairies.
I won't let you get away with this!
Capture her!
Huh? Huh?
With the invincible power of the rainbow honey, Gypsy successfully subdued Fleur and brought her to the altar of the soul gems.
It's all my fault. I miss you so much. I just wish things could go back to how they were.
Gypsy's pure tear, filled with genuine love, possessed extraordinary power. It submerged Fleur in pure affection between soulmates and resolved the misunderstanding.
Gypsy, what happened? Fleur, I'm so sorry.
In their warm embrace, Gypsy and Fleur resolved their past conflicts. It turned out that Fleur stopped talking to Gypsy because she saw Gypsy growing closer to Lily.
Those day butterflies are so arrogant and domineering, especially that little Fleur. I hate them. Huh?
Fleur had run away without knowing that Gypsy defended her and scolded Lily for speaking nonsense. The childish conflicts were completely resolved, and Gypsy and Fleur realized that friendship and unity were the most important things.
To defeat the power of the soul gems, we need a weapon crafted from the wings of the strongest and most determined female fairies. I understand now. Help me detach my wings. No, you'll lose all your power. Everything will be fine. Promise me that you'll bring peace to this kingdom. I'm so sorry, Gypsy. Fleur, live the rest of your life in a good way. Gypsy, please, wake up, please.
Fleur's heart was filled with excruciating pain. She had reached her limit. Gypsy's sacrifice couldn't be in vain. Fleur cast away her cowardice.
I will definitely defeat him.
Fleur returned with the twin swords, ready for the final battle. Each strike carried the determination and love for Gypsy and the kingdom.
How brave you are!
We'll see about that.
This place! I will not tolerate any more darkness! Yeah!
The decisive strike from Fleur carried the power and light of bravery. The Demon King was completely defeated. The fairies awakened from the manipulation. They gathered at the altar of the soul gems. Everyone was deeply saddened by the departure of a brave soul. Together, they infused energy into the broken wings. The light from the wings shone brightly, full of hope. Fleur quickly reattached the wings to Gypsy's body, and she was revived.
Huh? Everyone's here. Did we win? Yes, we won. Thank you, Gypsy. From now on, you're not allowed to abandon me anymore.
Gypsy and Fleur became co-queens, ruling over the butterfly realm. A just society was established, encouraging everyone to unleash their power and talents.
Don't forget to...
Do you believe in guardian angels? They are the ones who will be by your side, caring for and protecting you throughout your life. Please subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales to follow the story. Today was an important day for 3 apprentice angels named Riley, Nora, and Brooklyn.
Before you officially become guardian angels, you must care for Sasha, a recently departed soul. This is a very special soul, and her reincarnation process needs to go smoothly. Keep going.
The 3 angels couldn't understand why they needed all 3 of them to care for such a small soul. However, they were certain that the Archangel had a worthy reason for it.
Huh? What happened? Where am I?
Stay calm. You are in heaven, and we will help you through the reincarnation process.
Reincarnation? But...
In the evening before, Sasha was strolling when she got hit by a horse-drawn carriage running at a frightening speed. When she opened her eyes, she found herself in heaven. She couldn't accept that her life had ended so abruptly.
The scar on her face must be from that accident.
All 3 of them led Sasha to the Castle of Designation.
This is your music box.
Huh?
Every soul needs to embrace their destiny and the limited time they have on Earth. After passing away, each soul is given a music box to reflect their life. Within 7 days, our responsibility is to help you compose that music by unfolding the story you narrate. If your music is beautiful, you will be reborn into a life of privilege. If it's ordinary, you will be an ordinary citizen. But if the music is discordant, you might become creatures of the lower realms. The Archangel will be the one to review your music.
Is that so?
In the following days, despite the attentive care from the angels, Sasha remained silent and refused to speak. On the 3rd day, Brooklyn had an idea. She created an illusion of Sasha's perfect life in the next incarnation.
Who knows? Maybe you'll become a princess. Wouldn't that be nice?
The enthusiasm from the angels finally convinced Sasha to share her life story. She had a natural talent for music and pursued her passion, despite her mother's disapproval. At the age of 16, she shined when she performed for the king at the city's Grand Theatre. Later, her self-composed and performed music became famous everywhere. But Sasha regretted that she couldn't say goodbye to her mother before leaving this world.
This overwhelming sorrow has left me unable to share my own story.
Now I understand. I will compose a song for you.
Wait, something doesn't feel right. Look closely. These doves are the ones who lied during the creation of their music. Hence, they've been punished. If you lie, you might end up becoming one of these doves.
I'm telling the truth!
To verify her words, the 3 angels determined to conjure an illusion of the most crucial moment in Sasha's life. The time when she sang for the king and was asked to recreate that event.
It's too crowded.
Overcoming stage fright and the fear of crowds, she couldn't muster the courage to raise her voice in song.
I can't do it. I just can't. I knew she was lying. Come on, we need to help Sasha complete the melody of her life with honesty.
On Sasha's side, she kept running and running, avoiding facing the truth about herself. She hid amidst a cluster of clouds, evading for 2 whole days. News of a runaway soul reached the ears of the Archangel.
Why did you let Sasha escape like that?
Sir, Sasha told a lie.
This is not good. Go quickly and find her. Otherwise, graduation is out of the question.
Mikey, a cherub who tends to doves, overheard their conversation. Looks like I'm getting a new dove soon. Off you go, find Sasha. By the 7th day, the flock of doves had located Sasha's hiding place. How long did you plan on running?
No, stay away!
Unintentionally, she stumbled upon a mirror of truth, forcing her to confront her most dreadful memories. Sasha's family were impoverished farmers. They discouraged her from including in lofty dreams, and instead urged her to find a stable job. Thus, they forbade her from singing. Nevertheless, Sasha rebelled against her mother's wishes and entered a music contest. There, she was terrified by the audience and the stern judges. Unable to sing, she discovered she suffered from stage fright. In a rush, Sasha tried to escape but tripped and gained a scar on her face. Afterward, Sasha's self-esteem plummeted. She retreated to a simple life, only daring to sing in the presence of close family. Throughout her life, her melody remained incomplete. Thanks to this mirror, I've learned the truth about you. From now on, you belong to my dove flock. Sasha lost all memories of her past life, blindly following Mikey. The trio of angels searched futilely for Sasha everywhere.
We might never graduate after all.
Then, when they saw Mikey with a new dove, the dove bore a scar on its face, just like Sasha.
Look, it seems Mikey has turned Sasha into that dove.
They temporarily used a control spell on Mikey and rescued Sasha just in time. However, Sasha now remembered nothing and couldn't speak anymore.
Our only choice is to take Sasha to the memory vault.
The memory vault contained every soul's recollections.
Gather around.
The 3 angels flew into an endless void. They diligently collected the shattered pieces of Sasha's memories and pieced them together into a complete painting. However, 3 radiant fragments flew automatically into the hands of Riley, Brooklyn, and Nora. It was as if these memories were meant for them alone, and they were plunged into past illusions. In a moment when Sasha was rejected at the singing contest, she visited a park and sang alone. Unbeknownst to Sasha, her soothing melody had consoled a crippled girl on her final day. Following a quarrel with her mother about her lack of talent, Sasha stumbled upon an abandoned cat and adopted it. She cared for the cat daily and sang to it. The cat fell ill and passed away, causing Sasha immense grief. Sasha had once helped a troubled child from an unhappy family. She would visit the child daily, singing to bring joy. But the child disappeared unexpectedly. Since then, Sasha shied away from making friends and lived in self-doubt.
So, we're the people Sasha helped in the past.
After all three passed away in their previous lives, they became angels due to their pure and virtuous souls. Yet, they had forgotten Sasha, who had comforted them with her singing in their final moments. This was the true reason why the Archangel wanted them to care for Sasha. Sasha regained her memories and returned to her former self.
I'm truly sorry, everyone. I've always been burdened by the meaningless life I've led, which made me unable to face the truth.
Huh? But your voice carried us through those dark days.
You have a gift. Just believe in yourself.
Finally, they succeeded in composing the perfect melody based on Sasha's life.
I'm ready now. Please listen.
However, the music abruptly stopped midway.
The reason this song can't continue is that Sasha is still alive. This was my plan to help you regain your confidence. Also, for the trio of angels to recognize their benefactor. From now on, you're officially guardians, protecting Sasha and humanity.
Sasha had the chance to live once more. One life was enough for her to live passionately with her dreams. In the end, she completed her magnificent melody. She knew that as long as she did good, there would always be guardian angels by her side, watching over her.
The moment a child is born is the most marvelous and sacred event for a mother. However, for this mother, it's only half of the truth. These are the twin flames of love and hatred, Mila and Chloe. The imprint of twin flame power has been placed upon them. They are two parallel souls, forever bound to each other, able to understand each other's emotions and experiences. Please subscribe to WOA Fairy Tale to follow the story. There's an age-old rule: love gives birth to hatred. And for every 10 children born of love, there will be one twin sibling born of hatred. Chloe and Mila had contrasting childhoods. Chloe couldn't make friends or get along with anyone. Mila, on the other hand, was incredibly cheerful and friendly, easily winning everyone's love. Mila received all the love and attention from their mother, while Chloe only received indifference. This neglect only amplified Chloe's negative emotions. Mila always tried to comfort Chloe, but it couldn't diminish her sadness. Unfortunately, the twins' mother passed away in an accident, leaving them with no one to lean on. Despite their different personalities, their twin flame connection prevented them from abandoning each other. As they grew up, they both started working at the Human Life Union, an organization dedicated to helping humans deal with complex emotions. Working together, they often clashed.
The world would be better if people loved each other. But without hatred and ambition, humanity can't progress.
The conflicts escalated, leading to them no longer talking to each other. Everything changed on their birthday.
Is this a resurrection stone?
Yes, it can bring back the deceased for 24 hours and is activated on the owner's birthday.
That's incredible. Thank you so much. If you ever need assistance, come to see this wizard.
Mila wanted to see her mother again. There were many things she wanted to say to her, especially a belated farewell. However, this stone belonged to dark magic that Mila was not familiar with, and she couldn't complete the resurrection spell.
What
on earth is she doing?
When Chloe arrived, she found Miller packing to meet the wizard and get a second stone.
You're insane! Why resurrect that wretched human? You know how much pain she caused me.
But I loved our mother unconditionally. And I believe deep down you still have some love for her, right? Come with me!
Chloe hesitated and reluctantly agreed.
I'll destroy that stone with my own hands!
She doesn't want any more emotions or memories about that terrible human. Both of them were unaware that a group of vengeful fairies had been secretly observing them. They entered the human world and inquired everywhere about the whereabouts of the wizard. Despite the time constraint, Miller continued to help people. Her abilities helped a child find a passion for soccer. A mother used all her willpower to get to the hospital in time. Two lovers overcame their differences to be together.
What do you see? This world needs love. But it also needs hatred and ambition.
Chloe helped a girl stand up against bullies. And a police officer successfully caught a robber. Both of them began to understand each other's importance and the necessity of balancing their abilities. Along the way, they reminisced about the memories they shared with their mother.
Although Mom criticized me and showed favoritism, it motivated me to excel. And Mila has always been there, never abandoning me.
Finally, they met the wizard.
The stone has already been purchased by someone else, but I can create a new one from your angelic wings.
I agree. You're being selfish. If you lose your angelic wings, you can't help anyone anymore. And all for a few hours with Mother. It's not worth it.
But love makes me blind. It makes me selfish. You wouldn't understand.
At last, we've caught up with you.
These vengeful fairies were once troublemakers expelled from the fairy realm. They wanted to capture Mila, eradicate all twin flames of love, and seek revenge. Their former colleague was their ally, and it was all part of a wicked plan.
Stay away!
In the process of fleeing, Mila's angelic wings were torn, and time was running out. With her wings in tatters, she could no longer use them for the resurrection spell. Those malicious fairies were relentlessly pursuing them.
Have all our efforts been in vain? The last time I saw her cry like this was when... Please don't cry anymore! Hey, Chloe! And now I understand why love makes people blind.
The wizard couldn't let Chloe's efforts go to waste, so he quickly performed the spell. After all their hard work, Mila was finally able to meet her mother, but she had to sacrifice so much.
Mom, I regretted so much. I didn't want Chloe to sacrifice like this.
I'm the one who is wrong. After I passed away, Chloe burned her diary by my grave. In the end, I was able to give it to you, my daughter.
Mila read every secret in Chloe's diary, revealing how they felt about each other. Despite her mother's abandonment, Chloe understood the extent of the love her mother had for Mila. She consoled herself with that borrowed love. Even though she claimed to hate her, deep down, Chloe still had some love for her mother. Chloe had a list of things she wanted to do with her mother, but couldn't due to her indifference. Reading that list, Mila was touched to realize that Chloe had become a second mother to her. Chloe had always cared for her that way, but their different beliefs kept her distant from her beloved twin sister.
I promise to convey our mother's apology to Chloe. Huh?
At that moment, the vengeful fairies stormed into the cave. Mila, bursting with the power of love, emitted a blinding light and defeated their enemies.
From now on, let me protect you.
She invaded Chloe's consciousness, reminding her of the warmth of her love.
You are my twin flame, forever like this!
Chloe regained her strength through the warm love. From that moment on, the two sisters lived happily together.
Barbie will forever cherish the moment she came into existence. She opened her eyes in a dim and dusty factory, and the first person she laid eyes upon was Seth. She was his masterpiece, a flawless human-like doll of mesmerizing beauty. Seth breathed life into Barbie, transforming her into a doll with a beating heart, capable of experiencing human emotions. Join WOA Fairy Tale to discover what happens next. In the following days and months, Barbie lived joyously by Seth's side. He meticulously cared for her, brushing her hair every day and dressing her in the most extravagant gowns. Seth loved Barbie so much that he made her the standard for creating Barbie World, a world filled with stunning human-like dolls that could move and converse like real people. In Barbie World, beauty was revered, and Barbie, being the most beautiful doll, was deeply respected, second only to Seth. Seth possessed many exquisite dolls, yet he always showered Barbie with his special attention and care, despite being closely controlled in her actions, gestures, and appearance. Barbie reassured herself that she was truly happy by Seth's side. One day, Livia, a doll who had always been envious of Barbie's beauty, asked Seth to alter her face. And now she looked even more flawless than Barbie.
Look at Livia! It's as if her face had been magically transformed.
She looks so stunning! I wish I could have my face altered like Livia.
You're beautiful, Livia. Your perfect face shows that my factory is becoming increasingly advanced.
Thank you, Seth. You truly are the best.
Seth, have you finished making my new dress?
Can you see I'm busy? Leave, Barbie.
Is she that important to you? I am your most perfect creation.
No, I'm still not entirely satisfied with your appearance.
Not satisfied? Then go ahead and fix my face. keep fixing it until I become the most beautiful.
Seth examined Barbie and remarked that her face could still be even more beautiful. Her nose needed to be higher, her eyes needed to be larger, and there were many things that needed fixing. Barbie suddenly felt an urge of insecurity because she had always believed she was already perfect, never realizing her own flaws. A technical glitch had occurred in the factory, affecting Barbie's face by half.
Ah! What has happened, Seth?
I'm sorry, but now you hold no value to me, nor do you meet the standards to remain in Barbie World.
Please don't banish me from Barbie World. This life means everything to me.
Don't you understand? Your face is ruined. Put on the mask and leave. Don't make me see your ugliness.
After leaving, Barbie wandered into the dark land where only imperfect dolls resided. She discovered that these were the discarded creations secretly tormented by Seth. It turned out that the success rate of facial modifications at Seth's factory was low, resulting in many failures. In this place, the rejected dolls lived freely, expressing themselves through art, dance, and creating a society that did not prioritize beauty and rejected control. Therefore, no one wanted to return to Barbie World. Suddenly, a black hole appeared, tearing through the stillness.
Who are you? Why do you look exactly like me? That's exactly what I was going to ask. I am Barbie. I am Barbie too. I don't understand at all. Out of the blue, I was happily playing in Pink World when I got sucked into a black hole and ended up here. I have never heard of Pink World before. Could it be that I have stepped into a parallel universe? Well, no matter what, we are here now. Let's explore this place for the time being.
Both of them began to stroll around the land of discarded dolls.
Look at those toy bulls! They look so delightful. Want to give it a try? Are you insane? They look intimidating.
Ignoring Barbie's objections, Replica Barbie persisted in pulling her towards the bulls. At first, Barbie felt a bit apprehensive, but as soon as she mounted the bull, she burst into laughter and felt exhilarated. Replica Barbie started sharing numerous tales of her past adventures with Barbie. Barbie felt that she had led a meaningful and courageous life, truly deserving of admiration. Both of them rode the bulls back to the junkyard. They immersed themselves in the music. It was the first time Barbie felt the freedom to do whatever she pleased. She dared to engage in daring activities, like archery and horseback riding. Things that Seth had always forbidden her to do. Barbie tore her gown because it was too constricting. And for the first time, she experienced the true meaning of freedom. Barbie shared with Replica Barbie everything, revealing that she used to be a former beauty icon and had lost everything due to a foolish accident.
What does this flower mask signify? I don't know, but it seems to be Seth's symbol. Every doll bears this flower mark.
Replica Barbie began to question the danger posed by Seth. She proposed that they both return to the factory to uncover the truth and find a way to restore Barbie's appearance. Upon their arrival at Barbie World, they encountered two vigilant dolls guarding the door. The
two dolls rushed forward, intending to capture Barbie. In a swift motion, Replica Barbie leaped to her defense, employing extraordinary combat skills to swiftly subdue the guards. Barbie looked at Replica Barbie with a deep appreciation, realizing she had found a steadfast and trustworthy friend. Both of them stealthily entered, but couldn't locate the reconfiguration chamber, so they descended to the basement. Replica Barbie discovered a pulsating crystal orb of enchantment positioned in the center of the room. She cautiously touched it, feeling an immense surge of energy that flung her backwards.
Barbie, are you all right? I'm fine. What in the world is this mysterious sphere?
At last, you've both arrived. You've fallen into my trap.
Seth began to divulge his true nature. Once, he was a renowned doll artisan. Driven by an insatiable desire for beauty, he delighted in crafting exquisite life-size models. However, Seth had never found fulfillment in these creations. To him, dolls, no matter how beautiful, were merely inanimate objects. Seth delved into the dark arts of black magic and learned about the soul-stealing spell that could bring spirits of young departed girls back to life within dolls. Every night, he would venture to the cemetery, capturing the souls of these troubled girls who couldn't find peace in the mortal realm. Seth built a doll factory. He created Barbie and infused her with the soul of a young girl. When revived, Barbie had no recollection of her past life. Seth repeated the same process with other dolls in Barbie World. He inscribed a magical flower seal on the dolls' hands to exert control over them, making everyone worship him and never leave Barbie World. The magic sphere served as his control device. Seth knew that the doll manufacturing process still had limitations, and excessive alterations to their appearance could lead to deformities. He realized that what the factory needed was the capture of a courageous soul, someone talented and beautiful, confident and unafraid, capable of generating extraordinary power to purify the world from ugliness. Seth discovered that such a soul belonged to Replica Barbie from a parallel universe, so he created a black hole to draw Replica Barbie into his world. Although he could only establish a link between the two worlds, he couldn't bring the black hole all the way to the doll factory. Nevertheless, he believed that Replica Barbie would really help someone in distress, especially a different version of herself from a parallel universe. He intentionally brought Barbie to the realm of discarded dolls, using the flower seal to track their progress and wait for them at the factory.
You wretched being! Prepare to feel my wrath!
Believe me, Barbie, aid me in the capturing the soul of another Barbie. I can restore your visage and grant beauty to these forsaken dolls, transforming everyone in the world into breathtaking beings. Ha 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 ha!
Don't listen to him, Barbie!
Seth felt pleased that Barbie still obeyed his commands, but to his surprise, Barbie turned around and shattered Seth's magic sphere. As it turned out, the encounter with Replica Barbie and the experience of freedom had deeply touched Barbie's soul. Her genuine emotions broke free from Seth's control, shattering the seal of the flower imprint he had created. Outside, the other dolls awakened from their enchantment and rushed into the magic factory. Barbie longed to liberate the dolls from the grip of Seth's dark power. She was determined to reveal the truth.
The world everyone lives in is nothing but deception. Superficial beauty that people believe in is merely a shallow perspective, blinding them to Seth's manipulations. Let's destroy this factory together! Let's break free from his control!
Don't listen to her. She's just a defective product. I can make everyone more beautiful. In the end, beauty is the most important thing.
But perhaps the dolls no longer wanted to be controlled by Seth. They had grown weary of a life filled with manipulation, chasing after an elusive notion of beauty. The beautiful dolls began smashing the factory apart.
You foolish girl! If the factory is destroyed, your face will remain disfigured forever. Don't you want to return to the perfect life you once had?
True beauty lies in being oneself. I won't let you impose your harsh standards on me anymore.
Don't forget, you're just a doll I created. Without me, you're nothing.
Barbie, be careful. No! Barbie!
The factory exploded, turning into a magical dust that scattered around, filling the air with enchantment. Seth's magic was shattered, and Barbie's face transformed back to its former beauty.
Huh? Look, Barbie, I'm so happy. You helped me find freedom, helped me change. I'm truly grateful to you.
It was Seth's spirit, having found refuge within an unfinished female doll. Seth, feeling ashamed, had been defeated and now appeared incredibly ugly.
Seth? Is that you?
Don't look at me! Are you gloating? Now I am truly hideous. No need to chase me away. I'll leave immediately.
Wait, don't go! Regardless, I owe you gratitude for giving me life. As long as you've realized your mistakes, you can stay here.
I apologize. I'm truly unworthy of your kindness.
From that moment on, Seth redeemed himself. Using his magic, he created a black hole to send replica Barbie back to her own universe. From then on, Barbie World welcomed back the discarded dolls, and everyone lived happily together. What would happen if one day you discovered you possessed the power of tarot cards? Subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales to follow the story. Vivian was a rebellious princess, always arguing with her parents and ignoring her family to chase exciting adventures outside. Her younger sister, Cassie, was the complete opposite. Cassie cared and reminded Vivian about everything, from family matters to their adventurous journeys. Vivian always felt that her sister was too worried, so she often ignored Cassie's advice. Trouble started when Vivian and Cassie frequently heard a mysterious voice whispering in their ears, urging them to a certain cave on the mountain.
I have a terrible headache. I'm going crazy. Do you hear those sounds too? Yes, we need to find out what that cave is hiding. Come on, let's go. But Vivian, don't you have a bad feeling about this?
Ignoring her sister's concerns, Vivian stubbornly wanted to explore. When they entered the cave, they discovered two mystical cards. Vivian touched the Sun card, and Cassie touched the Moon card.
Hello, Vivian and Cassie. You are the chosen ones to become the rightful owners of the Sun and the Moon. Your souls will be connected to these cards forever. The cards will find their owners through specific personalities. Vivian was chosen as the owner of the Sun card because of her enthusiasm and confidence. Cassie was chosen for the Moon card because of her rich imagination and concern for the future. The chosen individuals can only control their own cards. To acquire other cards, they must defeat the owners of those cards. Anyone who completes the full tarot deck will receive any wish they desire. Keep trying. Vivian and Cassie?
Huh?
Oh, that's wonderful! Let's collect all 78 cards, Cassie! But what will happen to the defeated owners? Is it just a simple defeat, or... Who knows? Don't worry, we won't lose!
No! I refuse to participate in this crazy game! Why were we chosen? What is the purpose?
Come on, Cassie, don't be so cowardly.
The two sisters started arguing, completely unaware of their surroundings.
Be careful, Vivian! No, Cassie! I'm sorry for being so useless.
No, Cassie! Don't leave me!
Cassie gradually weakened and was about to wipe Vivian's tears with her hand, but she couldn't make it in time as her soul was sucked into the moon card. Vivian, filled with anger, turned back and looked at the one who harmed her sister. The person had been watching the two sisters since they entered the cave and wanted to possess the two cards.
Hand over the cards, or you will be next.
Shut your mouth!
The sun card is powerful? Well, let's see.
The warrior revealed the chariot card.
So defeated owners are trapped inside their own cards? Now the real game begins! Cassie, I swear I will collect all 78 cards and use a wish to save you.
Vivian bid farewell to her family, wrote a letter, and embarked on her journey to collect the cards. She hid in the forest and diligently trained her skills with the Sun card. The Sun card had the advantage of being able to locate the remaining tarot cards. Vivian simply followed its guidance to reach her first opponent.
Here we go, another opponent. You will be defeated by me. I am the owner of the Six of Wands card.
Don't be so sure.
Give up. My card represents victory, and I have already acquired 20 cards.
Even more! Bring it on!
The paladin was defeated and sucked into the Six of Wands card. Vivian successfully acquired all of his cards and continued her journey. Time passed quickly, and Vivian embarked on an arduous adventure to collect the tarot cards in various lands. She faced fierce attacks and suffered countless injuries. Others were frightened by the tarot cards and, like Cassie, did not want to participate in the battle. This made it easy for Vivian to defeat them and claim their cards. The burden of trapping innocent souls within the tarot cards weighed heavily on Vivian's conscience. But she believed it was the only way to save her sister. The final card was located in a secluded cabin, deep in the woods.
No! Don't hurt my mother and me!
Don't be afraid. Everything will be fine.
The mother knew what would happen. Despite her attempts to hide her child in the forest, she couldn't defy fate.
I surrender. Please take my child to safety. I'm sorry. Truly sorry.
The mother was drawn into the High Priestess card, while the child cried in despair. Vivian fulfilled her promise to the mother and brought the child to an orphanage. After a challenging journey, Vivian rested on a lush green meadow. As she fell asleep, the High Priestess card created a surreal dream for her. The High Priestess was the intermediary between the outer world and the inner consciousness of each individual. Thus, the mother's soul allowed Vivian to reunite with her sister Cassie.
Oh, Cassie, I finally found you. I'm sorry. I've been so terrible,
Vivian looked at the spirits that haunted her all this time, representing the defeated owners. They criticized Vivian harshly.
I understand, sister. You made such efforts to save me, but sacrificing countless lives just to save one life? Is it worth it?
The spirits projected a future vision, depicting a world engulfed in flames and Vivian's unfavorable fate.
Because you're my sister, everything I've done is worth it. I can't turn back now, Cassie. I just need you by my side.
The full tarot deck was finally obtained. Vivian followed the instructions of the cards to reach her final destination and make her wish.
Well done, young lady. You have completed my challenge. I am Denzel, and I will grant your wish.
Vividly recalling her dream from the previous night and her sister's advice, Vivian hesitated. Was it all worth it?
I just want my sister to be resurrected!
So be it.
Oh, Cassie, I missed you so much. As long as you're here, I don't need anything else.
Unbeknownst to them, they had fallen into Denzel's trap.
I have granted your wish. Now it's time for you to fulfill mine.
Vivian instantly turned dark as she absorbed all of Denzel's memories. Denzel was once a malevolent and powerful dark sorcerer with prophetic abilities. He used his powers to create the tarot deck, representing the different aspects of human nature. He pretended to spread the benefits of tarot to help people understand themselves and glimpse into the past and future. However, his intention was to manipulate and control everyone. The entire world of sorcerers became furious. They united to defeat Denzel. His soul was torn into 78 pieces and absorbed into the tarot deck.
Just you wait. I will have my revenge.
The fragments of its soul scattered across the cards, creating a malevolent game. He wanted humans to destroy each other and become trapped in those cards, nourishing his soul. His soul would be restored once someone acquired all 78 tarot cards, and he would take over the body of the victor after granting their wish.
Vivian, please wake up! Look, it's me, Vivian! I'm here!
Hearing her sister's cries, Vivian struggled to regain control of herself and approached the tarot deck.
You fool! If you destroy the deck, both of us will be annihilated!
But Vivian truly realized her mistake. However, the sisters were unaware that they had fallen into Denzel's trap. Denzel was defeated, and he took Vivian's body with him as he vanished. Finally, the innocent souls were freed and would be resurrected immediately.
Sister! I'm here, Cassie. I finally protected you. Promise me you will live a good life from now on. I promise. And please, don't forget about me, Cassie. Everything that belongs to you. And the memories we shared. Even though we must part ways now, I will cherish them forever.
Cassie never forgot her sister. She recreated the entire tarot deck and wrote a book about Vivian's sacrifice. Decades later, through Cassie's book, tarot became popularized. It was used for self-reflection, divination, and rediscovering one's self-worth. The angels possess magical feathers, the most important ingredient to create the dust of dreams. With just the dust of dreams, humans can attain anything they desire. Today, I must capture an angel and not make any mistakes. This time, Sarah won't escape my grasp.
Why is the angel Sarah being pursued? Why do humans need the dust of dreams? Stay tuned and subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales to find out more. Today's story takes place in the Evergreen Kingdom. Contrary to its name, the ecosystem here has suffered severe pollution. Humans only focus on logging and hunting mythical creatures. Unable to bear the terrible living conditions, the people of Evergreen Kingdom retreat into beautiful dreams. Well, only those who can afford it can buy the dust of dreams. Our main character is the angel Sarah. Her kind is frequently hunted by humans. Humans covet Sarah's wings because they are the only thing that can help humans escape reality. The hunter is brimming with confidence. Today, he won't return empty-handed. But lucky for Angel Sarah, she avoids a dangerous lightning bolt by stumbling upon a hidden rock. When the hunter Jeopard arrives at the scene, he instinctively pauses. Before him lies the wasteland of an ancient relic, even with prey right in front of him. The Jeopard doesn't dare to trespass into this difficult-to-enter place. The wasteland of the ancient relic used to be a lush, fertile land where humans, angels, and mythical creatures lived peacefully. Under human devastation, the once peaceful land now consists of endless sand dunes, toxic waste rivers, and mutated forests.
Help! Someone, please help me!
Angel Sarah spots a one-horned unicorn trapped in a magical snare and unable to move. This snare is one of the souvenirs that humans left behind in the wasteland before departing. While observing, Sarah notices that this one-horned unicorn is special. His horn is broken. Only when she's sure there's no one around does Sarah approach to dispel the magical snare, freeing the injured unicorn. Sarah was about to leave immediately, but the unicorn didn't like that. "Let me go!"
No?
"Please, let me go, or you will be harmed!" Sarah always felt alone because she was constantly hunted, and anyone who befriended her suffered consequences.
I want to go with you!
Sarah is completely surprised. Angel Sarah has broken wings, and Sparkly, the one-horned unicorn, has a broken horn. In this wasteland, they are safer together. Plus, if Sparkly can find his horn, he can help heal Sarah's broken wings. Angel Sarah realizes that Sparkly, the one-horned unicorn, often has nightmares. She uses her magic to enter Sparkly's dreams. Here, she realizes that Sparkly is just like her. He is hunted by humans too. And he is also lonely. Understanding Sparkly's plight, Sarah embraces him and dispels his nightmares. For the first time in a long while, both Sarah and Sparkly have a peaceful sleep, but unfortunately...
Today's my lucky day!
The hunter Jeopard has caught up to the two of them. This time, he has brought a magical binding rope and quickly captures Sarah and Sparkly. Suddenly, there's a strange noise in the forest. Behind the trees, pairs of eyes are watching the hunter. Suddenly, some monsters appear. They overpower Jeopard, rescuing Sarah and Sparkly. When Sarah and Sparkly wake up, they find themselves on a strange island. The monsters are approaching, making Sarah and Sparkly fear for being harmed. It turns out these monsters are one-eyed octopus, peacock, and green snakes. These mythical creatures are descendants of the ancient relic's inhabitants. Initially, they were just octopuses, fish, or gentle snakes. But to adapt to the toxic environment, they had to evolve. These creatures teach Sarah and Sparkly how to survive in the wasteland. The octopuses can purify dirty water into clean water. The peacock can use their tails as air purifiers. The green snakes can turn venom into sweet nectar for nutrition. While Sarah and Sparkly are enjoying getting to know their new friends, the hunter Gepard are facing hardships. He had run out of water.
If you can't catch the angel, don't bother coming back.
Will Gepard the hunter survive this crisis? Sometimes villains get lucky. Gepard is rescued by a stranger. This person is Azor, a hunter specialized in the wasteland. Azor is the one who took Sparkly the one-horned unicorn's horn. Fate brings them together, and the two hunters decide to cooperate. The two hunters, Gepard and Azor, quickly find Sarah, Sparkly, and the group of friends. They launch a surprise attack, leaving everyone defenseless. Sparkly saves Sarah, but is quickly recaptured. Sarah and her three animal friends are forced to flee.
Why did you take my horn? If you wanted a cure, you could have just asked me.
Azor hesitates and doesn't answer Sparkly's question. While Sarah and her three animal friends run away, they accidentally stumble upon an ancient relic. Inside the relic is a magical crystal flower. Sarah curiously touches the crystal flower, and suddenly the flower shatters into dust. In the astonishment of everyone, on Sarah's hand, 5 magical seals in the shape of flower petals appear. The relic unexpectedly collapses. Everyone panics, clinging to each other. Sarah unintentionally activates her new magical ability. She instantly teleports herself and her 3 animal friends to safety. It seems that the condition for instant teleportation is that Sarah must touch the target and have a specific destination in mind. Let's go back to rescue Sparkly. Her animal friends fully agree with Sarah. They extend their hands, touching Sarah's hand. Immediately, Sarah and her 3 animal friends teleport to where the 2 hunters are. This time, the group easily defeats the 2 hunters. Sarah has the power of instant teleportation and is no longer afraid of the Gepard's lightning. Her animal friends are skilled in the terrain. Quickly overpowering the 2 hunters and Azor and Gepard. The group rescues Sparkly and regains his horn. Sarah places the horn in Sparkly, and it heals as if it was never broken. The group is overjoyed for their victory, but the 2 hunters are not.
I'm sorry, we're not bad people.
That's right. We're not bad.
Then why were you chasing Sarah and me? We were just following orders.
That's right. Now the human city is completely polluted. We live in hardship and can't find jobs.
So that's why we became hunters.
We really didn't want to hunt you. But if we didn't, our masters would punish us.
Alright, you two, stop talking. I don't believe you.
Come on, Sparkly. I don't need to be at odds with them. Can you heal my wings? Thanks to Sarah's gentle persuasion, Sparkly forgives the 2 hunters. He uses his unicorn magic to restore Sarah's broken wings. Actually, I have a secret. Suddenly, a huge burst of magical energy emanates from Sarah's wings, transforming the entire wasteland of the ancient relic. Trees grow lush and abundant, blooming with sweet fruit. The polluted rivers are cleansed and become clear and pure. Finally, a magical barrier is erected. From now on, no evil can trespass here anymore. Our angels have always possessed extraordinary abilities, but humans were too foolish, thinking only of grinding our feathers into dream dust. Our angels have also lived in hiding due to your greed, concealing our true power. But now, I have these good friends. I will do my best to protect them. However, I will also forgive you. Sarah extends her hand to touch the hands of the two hunters, giving each of them a flower-shaped seal.
Why are you doing this?
I believe there are still good people out there. Come back here when you've learned to appreciate the beauty of nature. The two hunters, Jeopard and Azor, quickly depart. Sarah, Sparkly, and their animal friends live
in a forgotten era. There live a kingdom which was never lack of food, and the people there could live a comfortable life without having to work. There was so much food that it could be traded with neighboring countries, bringing wealth to the kingdom.
A ticket to the kingdom for anyone who subscribes to the WOA Fairy Tales channel. The ship will depart as soon as 1 million people subscribe.
All of this was thanks to the efforts of King Zemis, the one who possessed a powerful chest that created endless food for everyone.
Thanks to the noble King Zemis, who helped the goddess Amalthea in difficult times, we now live so comfortably.
But one day, the magical chest lost its power, and no food appeared. Where's all the food gone? King Zemis, who was enjoying a life of luxury, couldn't bear the scarcity. People, from now on, everyone must work for me, and all their wealth must be handed over to my palace. Those who do not obey will be severely punished. From a kingdom where people only had to enjoy life, now everyone had to work much harder, and illnesses became more and more popular.
Freya, my daughter, come here and take a rest.
Even Freya, the most beautiful girl in the kingdom, had to work diligently to help her family. The difficult life caused her parents to become seriously ill, so Freya worked even harder to support them. One morning, Freya found a wounded female goat in the garden and brought it home to take care of it. Freya's father knew that his daughter had just saved a goat.
You just take good care of it, my daughter. When it recovers, we will be able to get goat's milk to sell.
Felt pity for the wounded goat, but couldn't let her father's condition worsen, so she had to follow his advice. After a long time of caring, the goat finally recovered. The sale of goat's milk brought some money to Freya's family, but it still wasn't enough to fully cure her parents.
I tried my best. Is there any way to save my parents?
Suddenly, the goat nudged Freya and tugged at her dress, as if trying to lead her somewhere. Freya curiously looked at the goat heading to the forest. Then, she decided to follow it. Both of them walked for a long time until they came upon a vast and beautiful meadow where thousands of goats were grazing. From a distance, a beautiful woman approached Freya.
Hello, I am the goddess of abundance, Amalthea, who watches over this beautiful plain. Hello, goddess. This must be your goat. I found it wounded, so I took care of it. I believe it now wants to return to you. Really, thank you. It brought you here to meet me for a reason. What's wrong with you?
Freya told the goddess the entire story of the kingdom's current situation. It seemed to help the goddess realize something.
So it's Zenis. Freya, you and the people were misled.
Long ago, the meadow welcomed humans, and they all enjoyed the food from the magical chest and the peace together. But one day, the goddess discovered that her magical chest was stolen. Amalthea goddess was really angry, but she couldn't retrieve it because she was forbidden to enter the human world. She also limited human access to the meadow.
The chest couldn't sustain indefinitely without my magic. This is the consequence of lazy humans relying on the power of the divine. So it was King Zemus who stole the goddess's chest, and it's not a gift.
Freya looked at the displeased goddess, but for her parents, she tried to beg the goddess once again.
We were wrong to rely on the power of the chest. Please forgive us and help my family, my goddess.
Seeing Freya's earnest plea, Goddess Amalthea felt compassion and decided to show her the way.
All right, because you also saved my goat. Follow my instructions if you want to save your parents. Bring the magical chest to me, and I will provide the medicine for your family.
Freya thanked the goddess and was transported back to the kingdom. She immediately went to King Zemis's castle, trying to find a way to sneak inside. Suddenly, Freya accidentally bumped into a nobleman. Startled, she tried to run away, but she was caught immediately.
Who are you? And why are you sneaking around here?
Freya felt that this person was not ordinary, so she remained silent, fearing she might be discovered stealing the chest.
I am Prince Brian. If you don't speak quickly, I'll have you arrested and punished.
Freya was in a hurry to retrieve the medicine for her parents, so she told Prince Brian the truth about the magical chest and the task given to her by Goddess Amalthea. Brian was shocked by the revelation about his father. He had witnessed the hardship and suffering of the people because of his father's greed over the past few days.
Let me help you find the chest. I want to free the people from this hunger and poverty.
Brian believed that Freya sneaking into the castle was dangerous, and she could easily be suspected due to her appearance. So he took her to a free merchant's beauty salon to help her change her appearance. Although Freya was already beautiful, her new glamorous attire made her even more radiant. Despite their different social backgrounds, Brian's politeness and refinement made a deep impression on Freya. After the transformation, Brian took Freya back to the castle and introduced her to King Zemus as his fiancée. King Zemus was pleased to see Freya and was delighted that his eldest son had found someone to love. He agreed to hold a wedding for them on a suitable day.
Freya, stay here and rest for a few days. Brian, arrange accommodations for your fiancé.
Brian and Freya thanked King Zemus. Both were waiting for the right time to retrieve the chest. One night, Brian took Freya to a small room next to King Zemus's bedroom. The magical chest, which had once created endless food, was now an empty container sitting silently in the room. When Freya lifted the chest, a strange noise rang out, startling both of them. A hidden secret room behind a wardrobe was revealed. The two entered the secret chamber and discovered the missing queen who had disappeared years ago, lying quietly in a corner.
Queen! Why are you here?
Brian's exclamation alarmed King Zemus, who quickly woke up and rushed to the adjacent room to see what was happening.
Who's there?
Freya heard King Zemus and hurriedly pulled Brian away before they could be caught. King Zemus, unable to see clearly who had just run past, ordered his guards to capture the suspected intruders and then proceeded to inspect the secret room.
Capture those two immediately!
King Zemus felt relieved when he saw that the queen was still there, but next to her was a necklace that belonged to Brian. He realized that Prince Brian had discovered the truth and had hurriedly went find him. Freya led Brian into the forest in an attempt to find the meadow of Goddess Amalthea, but couldn't remember the path to get there. King Zemus pursued them, calling Brian's name and running as fast as he could. Suddenly, a strange light enveloped Freya, Brian, and King Zemus, transporting them to a different realm goddess Amalthea brought all three of them to her meadow. Freya quickly returned the magical chest to its owner. After being returned to its owner, the chest immediately restored its magic, causing food to be produced again. Suddenly, King Zemis rushed toward the goddess, attempting to seize the chest from her. Brian was so surprised, but he tried to rush there to stop his father from making a big mistake.
Brian, release me! I need the chest to save your mom!
It turned out that due to her inherent weakness, the Queen fell into a deep sleep after giving birth to healthy Brian. Zemis loved his wife deeply and spent all his wealth by exporting food to bring doctors from far and wide to cure her, but with no success. Not wanting Brian to blame himself for causing the Queen's illness, King Zemis concealed the truth about her condition. When he saw Brian distracted, he tried to escape, but Goddess Amalthea easily used her powers to take the chest from him. Freya witnessed the entire situation and felt empathy for King Zemis and Prince Brian.
Honorable Goddess Amalthea, please save my kingdom this time. We promise to work diligently and earn our living by our own efforts.
Seeing that they had all learned a valuable lesson, Goddess Amalthea agreed to help those pitiful people.
Freya, this is my promise to you. Thank you for your help. And King Zemis, you have committed a great offense against me. To save your queen, you must renounce your throne, or else I will punish your queen and your son.
With his great love for the Queen, King Zemis agreed to the goddess's condition.
Brian, my son, take the throne from me and restore the kingdom with your own efforts.
Brian, in order to save the Queen, fulfilled his father's wish and kept his promise, agreed to the goddess's conditions. Goddess Amalthea was pleased to provide the healing medicine and then return them to the kingdom. The miraculous medicine she provided helped all those who had been sick recover their health. King Zemis gave the throne to Prince Brian and left the royal palace, as he had promised to the goddess. Brian became the king and married Freya. Together, they cared for their citizens, providing them with a happy and abundant life. From then on, the kingdom celebrated an annual festival in honor of Goddess Amalthea for saving their kingdom and praying for bountiful harvests.
I am a monster, and during every full moon, a dreadful event will occur to me. I transform into a human. Yes, you heard it right. You didn't mishear.
Subscribe to WOA Fairy Tale to follow the story. From ancient times, humans have been the eternal enemies of monsters. Ancestors of humans hunted monsters to obtain precious items. Believing that these items could cure all illnesses and grant them extraordinary powers. In the eyes of monsters, humans are a deceitful and wretched species. After centuries of battle, monsters were defeated by the unity of humans. In the end, they had to hide and vanish, with no one seeing a monster anymore. Arya is a half-breed, her father being an octopus monster and her mother a human. When she was born, her mother passed away due to an illness, and she grew up with her father. However, as a half-breed, she would transform into a human during every full moon, and had to live in seclusion. This makes her very self-conscious and despise the human part of herself. Although no one knew she was a half-breed, Arya was ostracized by the Kraken clan due to her unusual appearance. She had no friends and lived in solitude. When she turned 18, according to the common rule, all monsters were required to attend Elemental Monster High.
You'll start school tomorrow.
Try to make friends with other monsters and never reveal your half-breed identity, alright?
Yes, Father.
Are you ready, my dear?
Oh dear, do I have to go to school like this?
Yes, it's the first day. It has to be grand.
Accidentally, Aria bumped into the most famous trio of the school, Celine, Zara, and Layla. Celine, known for her delicate personality and aversion to dirt, became extremely annoyed.
You little brat! Are you making fun of me? I'm sorry. Since you only have one eye, try to open it wider and look. Stop it, Celine. She already apologized. Go!
After a few days of getting acquainted with the school, Aria understood the mission of Elemental Monster High, which was to teach monsters how to use their powers to protect themselves from humans. She reminded herself to give her best effort.
Today is the day for testing your abilities. Show your strength to be classified. To utilize your powers effectively, you must focus and have absolute confidence in your own abilities.
Well, what did you expect? It's a piece of cake.
Watch this! The power of a sandstorm! Don't think you can easily attack me. The power of blood, activate!
Excellent.
Then it was Aria's turn, but she clumsily attempted to use an offensive spell. Due to her lack of confidence in her abilities, the water spell from Aria was easily evaded by the snake monster.
Ah! Help me, Master!
That's too bad.
Be careful! You might turn into stone! No, Master!
Well, what a mess. Listen up. Celine, Layla, Zara are in the S class, while Aria, you've exceeded my tolerance. F class.
Celine was surprised by Aria, a seemingly weak and clumsy person who turned out to be incredibly kind.
It seems you still haven't gotten used to using your powers, huh?
Yes, I'm still very weak.
Take your time to improve. I'm hosting a party tonight. Will you come?
The party took place in the lavish castle of the vampire clan. But when they arrived, everyone saw Aria, a low-ranked monster with an ugly appearance, and they mocked her, not approaching her for conversation. Aria bowed her head, feeling sad and insecure about her own self. All eyes were on the trio of monster girls, and Celine stood out the most.
Why am I so ugly? I will never be like them, right?
Aria ran away from the party, consumed by her own self-pity.
Ah! It hurts so much! What kind of dark magic is this?
On her forehead was the symbol of an octopus, catching Aria's attention, reminding her of her Kraken lineage. Suddenly, Celine, Layla and Zara entered. It was then that Celine revealed her dark plan of revenge. Celine had used dark magic from the vampire clan's ancient spellbook to summon this demon.
Oh my, that's so creepy, Celine.
Are you insane? You've become a demon and you're afraid of demons! The power of this demon will turn humans into monsters. From now on, we won't have to hide. We'll dominate the world. But for now, I don't know how to awaken it. Let's keep it here for the time being. But why do we have to do this?
I saw with my own eyes how humans hunted and harmed my mother. That's why I vowed to eradicate humans from this world and avenge my mother. Join us! That monster must be connected to your Kraken lineage!
Arya, always despising the human part within her, wanted to erase it. Erase humans from the world. Thus, she agreed. Since joining the group, Arya gradually lost herself. Arya tried to keep up with them. Even though she found the monster food at the school revolting, Arya forced herself to eat it, pretending it was delicious. Arya even started collecting artifacts to resemble Layla. She slept for 12 hours a day like Zara. And she changed her appearance and acted cleanly like Celine. The friendship between them gradually became closer through joyful experiences. This was the first time Arya felt accepted. In addition, Arya often stayed in the library trying to awaken the demon from the underworld. Arya discovered that the only way was through a legendary sea stone of the Kraken clan. Several hundred years ago, the stone was created by sorcerers and was being transported to the royal family when it accidentally fell into the sea. Since then, the Kraken clan possessed it. This stone can only be activated on the full moon. Arya left the school and secretly dived into the deep sea to bring the sea stone back.
Please use this stone to awaken the demon on the full moon! But I can't participate. I'm injured. Oh, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. You guys go for it. How can I do it if I'm cursed as a human during the full moon? But it's alright. Just one more day.
On the night of the full moon, Arya indeed transformed into a human. With no other choice, she had to escape in embarrassment.
How awful! I hate myself. Ouch!
Are you alright?
I'm fine, just stay away.
He thought she was a visitor and took her around the village. Upon arriving in the village, they saw people throwing tomatoes at each other. Seeing her curiosity, he explained that it was the tomato throwing festival, a special ritual where the locals pray for a fruitful harvest in the new year. Arya acted disgusted, but under the enthusiasm of everyone, she quickly assimilated and joined them. She also visited a museum and learned that monster hunting had long been banned. The hunters had received fitting punishments. Celine's plan was a mistake. Humans had changed. They didn't deserve to be destroyed. But it was too late. The other three girls had awakened the demon. It attacked the village and turned all the villagers into hideous creatures. Arya returned to school in horror.
Success! Now the human world will face destruction. No! Celine! The demon has returned! It's out of control. Be careful, it might attack. This is so frustrating!
But it was too powerful for the three of them. They started feeling remorse for what they had caused. The demon will destroy everything.
Everyone, stay calm! We will fight against it together! Arya? It's you? What is happening? Yes, I am a hybrid between human and monster. You can blame me or mock me, it doesn't matter. Now nothing else matters. I just want to save everyone.
The three monster girls were shocked to learn that their longtime friend turned out to be a hybrid. But before they could question her, they had to keep the demon occupied.
Seriously, you've exhausted me, Arya!
Because the sea stone belonged to humans, only those with human traits could pull it out of the demon.
Let's go, everyone!
As soon as the stone was pulled out, the demon disappeared, and all the cursed beings turned back into humans. The chaos was resolved. Arya stepped forward and explained everything. how humans had imposed a ban on monster hunting long ago.
Arya, ever since I met you, everything has been chaotic. But you have given me true friendship. That's right! We understand now. From now on, humans and monsters will live in peace.
Since then, Arya no longer felt insecure about her human side. She lived freely and true to herself, ready to do what she loved. Monsters and humans formed a peace treaty. Elemental Monster High also changed its rules and welcomed hybrid students.
Now leave your thoughts and comments below.
Once upon a time in the distant kingdom of Anmak, there existed a mischievous tribe of fox spirits living apart from the human world. The fox spirits, who were well known for their intelligence and agility, possessed a tail capable of creating extremely useful fire. However, in opposite to their ferocious appearance, the fox spirit tribe was really gentle and kind. During the night, they used their tails to create warm fires that illuminated and provided warmth for the entire kingdom. The fox spirit clan had always lived in secret, deep within the forest. However, recent rumors began to spread that the fox spirits were attacking humans. At the same time, human was also in panic and fear because many of them had mysteriously lost or been killed without clear reasons. Thus, the human started to doubt that the mysterious fox spirit tribe living deep in the forest had murdered them.
The fox spirits are the culprits. We were chased by a fire of fox spirit.
The villagers were terrified and determined to overthrow the fox tribe. Besides, the tribe of fox spirits became more mysterious with the appearance of Sophia, the fox princess. She was so beautiful, with 9 tails that set her apart from her own tribe, who only had 1 tail. The unique appearance attracted many discussions among the foxes.
Our princess has a really unique tail.
What good is having 9 tails if you can't create fire? It's useless. That's the fact. Sophia was born in a mysterious red moon night with 9 beautiful tails, but she possessed no special magical abilities, not even the power to create fire. This worried the king and queen, as they feared for Sophia's future without any extraordinary powers. Under the protection of the king and the queen, Sophia grew up happily. That year, when she reached 18 in the grand palace of the fox spirit tribe, everyone was celebrating her birthday with joy and dancing, when suddenly a group of people arrived to attack them. The fox spirit tribe was caught off guard. Everything was like a chaos. Everyone ran away in panic. At that most dangerous moment, the king and the queen had to take the princess to a secret tunnel behind the palace. But they could only get Sophia to safety before being unable to escape.
No! Dad! Mom! No!
Poor Sophia, in just one night, lost both her parents and her entire fox tribe. She ran through the night in tears before being exhausted and fainted. In her dream, the king and the queen appeared right in front of her.
Oh, my little princess, I'm so sorry.
Run far away. Find a safe place and live well. We will always be by your side.
Dad? Mom?
At that moment, joyful celebrations echoed from the direction of the palace, making Sophia hurtful. She couldn't understand why humans had such hatred for her fox spirit tribe. To find the truth, she decided to return to the palace of fox spirit tribe. Sophia was astonished while seeing the human was celebrating right in front of the glamorous palace of her tribe.
The peace is back! Fox Spirit is defeated! We don't have to be scared or to worry anymore!
It turned out that the people in the village had been experiencing mysterious deaths for a long time, and they believed that the Fox tribe was using their fire-producing tails to harm humans. At this point, Sophia began to understand the reason why humans wanted to exterminate the entire Fox tribe. It's not right! Our Fox Spirit tribe could never harm human. We have always wanted to live in peace. There must be some misunderstanding here. Then she immediately snuck into the village to investigate further. Suddenly, a suspicious-looking fox appeared, sneaking out from within the village. Nobody else seemed to notice, but Sophia was the only one who spotted it. That guy is Fox Spirit? Why haven't I seen him before? Sophia, with full of suspicion, decided to follow him into a deserted forest. Suddenly, an old woman collecting firewood approached. The fox immediately rushed there, causing the old woman to scream in horror and faint. Sophia really panicked because she had no magic power, so she couldn't attack him. To save the old woman, Sophia decided to take a daring step by taking off her cloak and throwing it to the wicked Fox Spirit. Luckily, the cloak wrapped around the fox's head, causing him to stumble and fall down a nearby slope. Right at that moment, the villagers finally came as he had heard the old woman scream. They saw Sophia, the nine-tailed Fox Spirit, standing next to an unconscious woman. They immediately misunderstood that she had been the attacker. Then, they chased and attacked her. Sophia fled to a cliff. The villagers then also got there and surrounded her. I don't harm human! You all misunderstood me! Not believing that, the villagers immediately attacked her. Suddenly, a light appeared and brought her away. Sophia could easily escape, but that only confirmed in the villagers' minds that she was a wicked nine-tailed fox who always harmed humans. She woke up in the forest and saw her parents' soul. My little princess, your father and I will always be with you. Watch you every day. Stay strong, my dear. Seeing her parents' soul fading away, Sophia was filled with sorrow. It seemed her parents had used too much of their energy to protect her, so they had lost the last energy to survive. Looking at her parents sacrifice themselves for her, Sophia was heartbroken, and that strengthened her determination. I have to restore the honor of the Fox Spirit tribe. Once again, she decided to return to the village. However, she was better prepared. She diligently practiced martial arts day and night, always in a state of readiness for combat against that evil Fox Spirit. To prepare for the worst case, she always brought the sword along with her. However, no matter how hard she had tried, her 9 tails still couldn't make fire. That was the strongest weapon of the Fox Spirit tribe. But she was helpless with herself. Why can't I produce fire, no matter how hard I've trained? Am I truly useless? Then, on the mysterious dark night, the howling of wolves sent chills down her spine, and she felt something wrong. Sophia quickly rushed to the village and discovered large, suspicious footprints. It's too dangerous! I have to act immediately! Following the footprints, she reached an abandoned temple at the edge of the village. She was so astonished when seeing all the villagers who had been attacked and gone missing were imprisoned there.
Hello, beautiful Princess Sophia.
Sophia bewilderedly looked at him, and she exclaimed in astonishment, Dad? Yes, a face looked exactly like the majestic king of the Fox Spirit tribe. Also her revered father, but with a starkly different demeanor.
You must be terrified and full of suspicion now. Let me introduce myself first. I'm Morris, your father's identical twin brother.
My father's brother? But why? Why did you harm those innocent people? They haven't done anything to you.
It's all because of your father!
He told her the story from that year. It turned out that in the Fox Spirit tribe, there were two prince brothers who deeply loved each other, Maris and Felix. The elder brother Maris should have been the one who inherited the throne. However, for no apparent reason, their father chose Felix as his successor. Maris had been really angry, unable to accept the reality. He killed all the innocent creatures, then became a terrifying demon. Seeing his older brother lost his goodness, Felix devised a powerful plan to prevent further harm. Then, on a night with a blood-red moon, the same night when Sophia was born, a deafening howl, just like a wolf's, echoed through the forest. Felix rushed to the source of the sound, but it was too late. Maris had escaped and disappeared. Then years later, at that day, he came back for revenge. The king made a perfect decision because he had seen through your evil nature and ruthless mind. As the princess was about to finish her sentence, Maris prepared to end her. But suddenly, the crowd began to gather outside.
The show is about to begin.
Like a flash, he jumped onto the roof and left. The people arrived and found Sophia at the scene. Their anger and resentment swelled. They took her away without giving her a chance to explain. Sophia cried out in despair, unable to provide any clarification because Maris also came from her lineage. The villagers lit torches one after another and threw them towards her.
Your Fox Spirit tribe will have to pay for what you caused.
Everything is not like what you saw. Our Fox Spirit tribe is innocent. Quickly, a large fire burned out, swallowing Sophia's anguished cries of injustice. In her desperation, the spirits of the king and queen appeared once again beside Sophia, using their last remaining strength to create a protective circle of light that shielded her from the raging fire. Maris watched from a distance, satisfied that he had finally avenged Felix and the Fox Spirit tribe that he despised the most. The sky suddenly darkened and the moon turned blood red. Maris's bloodlust surged even stronger. With a maniacal howl, he went on a rampage, attacking everyone around, creating chaos. The horrific scene unfolded before Sophia's eyes, igniting a burning rage within her, unleashing a surge of power she had never experienced before. The flames were extinguished, and Sophia emerged with a stunning, formidable appearance. She was breathtakingly beautiful, with 9 fiery tails. With the power of her 9 tails, she quickly defeated Maris to the surprise of the villagers. The battle ended, the evil was punished, and the truth was revealed, restoring the Fox Spirit tribe's honor. And Human had a different look at the Fox Spirit. Sophia took the throne to lead the kingdom. She allowed humans and Fox Spirits to coexist peacefully. Her parents were proud of her. Then their souls faded away forever.
What would happen if a bride passed away right before her wedding? She would become a ghost bride. Let me go! I'm innocent! Bride Samara was kidnapped right before her wedding. Release me! Set me free! Who are you? While struggling with the kidnapper, Samara accidentally fell into a ravine and passed away. Descending to hell, Samara cried out for justice, but in vain. Death and the king of hell believed they were not at fault. After 100 years of incessant cries, refusing to be reborn or to transcend, the king of hell personally examined her.
Subscribe to the WOA Fairy Tales channel so that we can reach 1 million. You, demon! This is the narrator's script. Bring me the Book of Death!
The king of hell had indeed made a mistake. Samara had departed earlier than scheduled in the Book of Death. However, he couldn't resurrect Samara. She had too many attachments, consumed by both hatred for the kidnapper and regret for not having a happy wedding.
You need to resolve all of your eager desires so that I can bring you back to life. Find the kidnapper. If he's no longer alive, find his descendants and bring them down here to pay for his deeds. That way, you will be able to resolve your revenge.
According to the law of yin and yang, Samara had only 3 months in the mortal realm. Beyond this deadline, her soul would vanish forever. Wandering on the earthly realm for a few days, Samara witnessed an unjust scene. The poor artist Norman, bewildered, couldn't understand why he was being chased by the nobleman Jack. Samara couldn't ignore this scene.
Hey, are you a ghost?
Can't you tell? And why is that guy chasing you? It turned out that Norman's ancestors owed a debt to Jack's ancestors. Jack often used this old debt to pressure Norman.
Thank you for saving me. Is there anything I can do to help you?
Having little memory of the mortal realm, Samara needed Norman's guidance. But there had to be a connection for the ghost to coexist with the living, a way to create a yin-yang bond. How about you marry me?
What?
Of course, Norman couldn't agree to such a thing. And so many unfortunate events began to unfold from the moment he refused Samara. Determined to make Norman pay, Samara caused mischief to force him to marry her. Eventually, Norman couldn't bear it anymore. What are you thinking now? Dealing with ghosts and demons was highly forbidden, and poor Norman had no choice but to have a ghost wedding with Samara.
So, do you agree to marry the bride?
No, yes, I mean...
If you don't agree...
Yes, I agree, I agree.
Norman's life changed from that moment on. Living with a ghostly wife was certainly not an easy task.
What are you doing?
There were many conflicts between the mortal youth and the 100-year-old ghost. How rude! How dare you! I'm over 100 years older than you!
Who knows if goats even take baths?
He plays the instrument so well. I wish he were mine. Numerous funny and amusing situations occurred between the two of them.
Sorry, ladies. I have to go.
He plays the instrument so well. Oh, I wish he were mine.
Don't be jealous like a child.
Things happened strangely when one day Jack appeared again, causing trouble for Norman. Witnessing that scene, Samara recalled the time that she had been harmed by an evil person in the past.
Huh? What are you hiding in there? Open the door, or don't blame me for being wicked. You'll see.
Handsome guys, come here with me. Come closer and see. Don't leave me alone. Jack was terrified that he ran away. Moved by Samara's kindness, Norman started to make an effort to understand her more. Norman's life became less difficult without Jack's harassment. Samara also helped Norman find evidence so that he could report Jack's crimes to the royal court. As for Norman, he enthusiastically helped Samara find the descendants of the kidnapper. Every time Samara felt sad thinking about her past life, Norman was there to listen to her. A love between a mortal and a ghost slowly blossomed between this couple. However, nearly 3 months of searching for the sword brought no results for them.
Huh? Still nothing?
As the sun rises, my time is also running out. I may have to leave forever.
Isn't there any other way?
Norman, there is something I have to tell you. What is it?
No, forgive me. I just passed by unintentionally.
Something familiar caught Samara's attention.
He ran away. Let him go. What were you gonna say?
Is that sword his?
It's his family's sword. Last time, he was scared and ran away. So, he must have taken it out to use temporarily.
That sword belongs to the one who kidnapped me! Oh, he is the descendant of the one who kidnapped me! I never expected that. Oh, thank you, Norman. I will return to you.
Hey!
Samara quickly pulled Jack's soul down to be judged by the King of Hell. But just as Samara was rejoicing, thinking about her resurrection.
Not this person.
What? It can't be! I'm certain! That sword belongs to the kidnapper! It's his family heirloom! Jack is his descendant! Jack is...
This sword, it wasn't originally mine.
Then who does it belong to?
No, my grandfather confiscated it to collect the debt from Norman's grandfather.
What? How is that possible?
Norman! Ah, here he is! Right, that's him. He's the one. He's your ancestor. Norman is the one you must seek revenge on.
Consumed by hatred, Samara flew back to the mortal realm to seek revenge on Norman.
Huh? What should I do now?
Norman, visiting the graves of his ancestors, unaware of what was about to happen. Is this the grave of your ancestors?
Samara? I thought you'd had...
I thought so too. In her frenzy, Samara explained everything, blaming Norman and his ancestors for stealing her life away. You must pay for your life! I will drag you to hell!
I accept. As long as you can live, my ancestors have wronged you. I will bear their sins in their place.
Samara suddenly snapped back to her senses. How could she harm such a kind-hearted person? Someone who had given her a period of happiness she had never experienced before. No! How could I? You have done nothing wrong. I cannot harm someone who cares.
Samara! No, the sun is rising. Please take me to hell, Samara. There's still time. Please.
I'm sorry, Norman. Norman's life seemed to return to its previous state. As for Jack, the King of Hell told him everything before sending him back to the mortal realm.
He's still alive, which means the female ghost is gone, according to my plan.
You can't hide anymore! Come out!
It's not the time now.
How dare you!
What about the handsome guys? Come here with me. Come closer and see.
Ah!
It can't be. That ghost must have vanished, right?
Oh, you, Jack? We received a complaint about you. Where are your companions? Catch them!
Oh, Samara. I thought
so too. It turns out, at that moment, I didn't actually vanish. When I forgave you, I no longer had any trace of resentment. I also have a happy marriage with you, something that was taken away from me. So, I no longer hold any grudges. The King of Hell called me back for rebirth.
But you've been down there for so long. Your loved ones are no longer here, aren't they?
Perhaps, I guess.
Or maybe you should stay here with me.
But
Will you agree?
I agree! And from that moment on, they lived happily together, forever and ever.